Hello, people, and welcome back to another Friday Night in Whiskey Wars. Going to be a fun one. As you can see, these are the bottles in our blind. Plus, as we have been doing here, just for fun, we'll throw in a little bit of Wild Turkey 101 rye, just because, it might be the best budget rye on the planet. But yeah, we'll get more into that in just a few. Just a few things I wanted to get into. Firstly is, again, thank you all Patreons for your support as always. And also thank you for everyone that entered into the Rye Bracket Battle thing and got your entries in. Looking forward to, revealing those in the somewhat near future. Also, I've been working a ton, so that's why there haven't been any reviews the last couple weeks, but I'm going to try and make up for that the next few days and get some stuff out. So hopefully I'll have more time here in the next week or so I can do some reviews and get some of these rounds done off of our main lives, just so we can kind of push through this a little bit more and get these Rye Bracket battles done so we can get ourselves a winner from you Patreons and figure out also, more importantly, what is the best rye that you can buy, at least according to me, in the $40 to $80 range. Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll get to that here sooner rather than later. First off, thank you everybody that is here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Good stuff as always, and looking forward to another fun Rye Bracket battle. Got at least one comment in chat so far. Sure Kitty there saying meow. Cheers, buddy. And Z-Man saying, let's go. Yeah, man, I can't wait to get into these. So, this is going to be a tough one for me because these are four of my favorite ryes in that price range I mentioned, in the $40 to $80 range. So, yeah, it's going to be a heck of a battle tonight. And also we got 101 in there in the mix as well. So, let's go ahead and start getting these things poured so they can start opening up. So, Glass A will be Pikesville, of course, Heaven Hill product there. One of my favorites, should be a staple on everybody's bar. Just an absolutely excellent rye. Going into Glass A there. There we go. Let's get a little of that in there. Also, as always, how is everyone doing? What are we drinking? Hopefully we had a good week. If you didn't have a good week, then feel free to vent, whatever the case. But yes, tell us what's in your glass, maybe recent pickups, anything like that. I know that I have Ben's Kings County pick on the way. I got a message today that it is on the way. It's being shipped now. Silver Springs Sweet Rye, which, this thing is a great budget rye. I think it's like $40 and heck of a rye. Going into Glass B there. I need to redo my letters. They're kind of fading out on me. Yeah, but I have a feeling that the Silver Spring is going to do quite well. I really do enjoy that rye. Of course, Rare Breed, just an absolutely killer bottle. Not as cheap as it used to be. This thing is up around $85, $90 now. It was more like $70 to $75 when I bought this one, though, so I thought I would leave it in the thing we're doing. And I know for a lot of you, it is cheaper than that. So I figured, why not throw it in? I got to say, for those of you that were there on Livewire's stream Sunday, you know that I drank a lot of whiskey really fast. And that ended up being a somewhat bad idea, but, that's what happens when you got to set records. But because of that, whiskey tastes different this week. Not necessarily in a positive way, but we're going to get through it. I'm assuming once I get some whiskey in me, things will be better. I haven't really drank much this week. Knob Creek, the 115 proof rye going in. Glass D there. There we go. Oh, that was a heavier pour than I wanted. Let me see if I can do a little bit of that back into... There we go. Okay. Rub that off on the pants. Perfect. And then, just for fun, we will throw in the Wild Turkey 101 rye. So we'll have two turkeys battling it out tonight. 101 rye going into Glass E there. You like my duct tape letters? Yeah. Glass E, a little 101 rye. So yeah, that should be enough whiskey to get us into a good place. I'll leave that there. Just so you can't really see it on camera. Maybe if I push my camera back just a little bit. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Now everybody can see stuff. Adjust this down. There we go. Okay, that's better. That looks better. All right. Let's see what we got going on in chat here before we get to drinking. Peter White saying, cheers, all cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Pinch hitter Whiskey Lounge. Hey, Jim, I have not forgotten you. I got your bottle. It's packaged up. I just got to get it out to you. I'm going to try and do that this week. I've just been slam busy with work. Several jobs we finally finished up this week, so I'm hoping things will be more chill this week. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But hopefully I'll get that out to you this week. But cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Tim, T-Rob in the house. Cheers, Sean, and everyone here tonight. Appreciate that, Tim. Good to see you. Still at the gym, but looking forward to some pours later this evening. Sounds good, man. Of course you're at the gym. Why wouldn't you be, Tim? Awesome, man. Stay in shape for me. I totally smashed your the like button. I appreciate that, Mark. Cheers. Good to see you, man. If everybody else could join Mark in the smashing of the like button, that's always a good thing. Helps YouTube know that you're watching the thing and enjoying it and all that good stuff. Mark saying that Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye is 55 around him. Okay. Good stuff, man. I wish it were still that here. I can't even hardly get regular Rare Breed for that anymore, which is sad. It's more like 55, 60 these days, which is unfortunate. But, such are the times. Everybody cheersing each other. Beady Mugly, cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see all you fantastic people. Peter White saying, looks like my trade for 3 batches of Found North fell through. The quest continues. So we'll look for a rye in the bar to drown my sorrow. I hear you, man. That sucks when a deal falls through. I would think so. Peter, is that not readily available up your way? It seems like it would be, since that's a Canadian rye. But maybe not. Does it all get shipped down here? I don't know what the deal is on that. Yeah, sorry to hear that, indeed. That's the winner. Call it. Well, I mean, honestly, it's done well in every bracket up till now. Much better than it probably should based on the price. Yeah. But these are some hitters. All 4 of these bottles are excellent ryes. So it'll be curious to see how Wild Turkey 101 fares against these. These are some really excellent bottles, in my opinion. So, it'll be fun to see how this turns out tonight. But either way, Wild Turkey punching 101 rye well above its weight there. Dylan Robbins, happy Friday, all. Cheers. No drinks for me tonight. I am on call. Oh, that stinks. But thank you for popping in, man, anyway, and appreciate you hanging out. And everybody cheersing each other. Yeah, they don't sell Found North in Canada. Oh, did not know that. I did not know that. Interesting. That's a weird thing. Yeah. How about that, though? How about that? Okay, so Rochester, and that's roll dice. So not even 100% thing. Well, that is unfortunate, man. I did not know that about Found North. Interesting. And then 143 Bourbon saying cheers as well. All right, well, I'm caught up on chat, so let's go ahead and get into this thing. Also, we got a pretty good crowd here already. Good stuff. Let me mix these up. I'll just look at you guys. But again, what's everybody drinking? If you got something in the glass, please let us know. If not, then that's fine too. Glad that you guys are hanging out. And as Mark said earlier, if you don't mind to hit that like button, that's always a good thing. We like that. I think we're sufficiently mixed up now. I have no idea what's what. All right, yeah, so there we go. This is our lineup tonight. Let me turn that so you can see that label battle and that one there. There you go. So that's the lineup: Pikesville, Silver Springs, Rare Breed, Knob Creek, the 115, and then 101 just for fun. Yeah, I got to throw that guy in there. Maybe the greatest budget rye bottle of all time. So let's officially go with glass one here, whatever this may be. And cheers, all. Appreciate you. Didn't even nose it. Just really haven't drank much at all this week. It's a proofy gal. A lot of dark notes on that. There's maybe I'm even getting like a slight nuttiness. This may be a certain distillery known for having a slight nutty note. Because I'm thinking about the ryes in front of me here. Really sweet nose, though. Really nice brown sugars, caramels, nice molasses going on there. Just a hint of spice on the nose. This could there's certain notes on the nose that tell you it's a rye, but it could almost pass for a high rye bourbon. Really nice nose though on that. Good glass, first sip of the day. Let me go one more sip because that first sip was a little hot. First sip of the day there. That's nice. Almost like a little grape note in there as well. And of course, you got your rye spices kind of coming in back of the palate. Just nice cinnamon pop there. There's also kind of like this butterscotch thing going on, and then also like this interesting kind of grape molasses note. There's the finish is a crazy ride there. It's a lot of flavors you don't find all together at once on a finish. That's an interesting one. Good, but interesting. I'll take OF Rye over Walter U101 Rye, but so that's not a bad choice either, Peter. So back when we did our budget rye bracket battle kind of thing, that was like a year ago ish. So it was 101 finished first, and then Old Forester 100 Rye finished second. So yeah, neither of those are a bad choice. Both great budget ryes, and both about the same price. I think Rare Breed. I think 101 might be like $1 more. Kind of depends on where you shop. PM. Did you PM me? I don't know. PM. Sure. But anyway, cheers, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Welcome, buddy. Is this first time here? I don't know. I don't remember seeing you before, but I'm known for having a terrible memory. But either way, cheers. Good to see you, and welcome to the party. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm actually thinking of another distillery that would be Shmem Shmeem. But yeah, it could also be the Shmevin Smell. Yeah, either one of those. It could go either way. Although the kind of like heavy molasses note kind of tells me that first glass might be a Jim Beam product, but we'll see. Specifically, the knob. But we'll see how it goes as we get through these here. Man, that is a deal right there. I think I get the 750 for something like 23-ish, somewhere around there, 23, 24. And then Walter U101 is like 24, 25. Yeah, so to get an OF 100 rye for $26, that's a steal, man. See, not everything is more expensive in Canada. I hear, though, you enlighten me. I don't know that much about Canada or anything, actually, Peter, but I hear that luxury items are taxed heavier in Canada. Oh, she got it in Florida. Okay. Gotcha. Again, folks, just to remind everybody what we're doing in case you're just tuning in and have forgotten for some reason. Let me show the bracket thingy here. This is what we want right there. This is our Rye Bracket Battle. We are on bracket number 2 because we went 1, then we went to the right side, did 3. Then we're down to bracket 2, finishing up the left side here this week. And then bracket 4 will be hopefully later this week. I'll probably do a brief live review of those. New Riff, Russell's, Pursuit United, and Willett. And then bracket 5 will probably be next Friday. And I hope to also get a bottle review out this week as well. So that's kind of the plan. So I'm hoping to do another live at some point in the next few days to do bracket 4 and then bracket 5 next Friday. Yeah, so hopefully that works out with like life stuff. Yeah, because I kind of want to get into the the finals here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks being the latest. So yeah, that's the plan on all that. And just a reminder as to what all we got in these crazy rye bracket battles. And again, cheers all. Did I drink glass 2? I don't even remember. I think I grabbed it, but I don't remember actually drinking it. All right, glass 2 down the hatch. Also, Saucy Shane in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Man, really pretty nose on glass 2. Just tons of fruity notes. Very little spice for a rye, actually. Just tons, like it's almost like a fruit salad going on here. Hints of spice, like actually you get a true rye note, like almost not rye bread, but if you've ever smelled fresh rye grains, there's actually that note, which I actually don't find that often in rye, and not as often as you would think. But then also just like fruit salads, lots of red fruits, like strawberries, raspberries, maybe some stone fruits like peach, apricots, things like that on the nose. Anyway, let's get into the second sip here. John, what's up, man? Also, Patreons, remember, the link is in the description. If no one comes up in the next few minutes, as far as all you Patreons are concerned, then I will go ahead and open it up to everybody because I don't want to talk as much as I am right now. So here we go. Into glass 2. It's really good, whatever that is. Man, so like really sweet up front, not like in a gross way, but there's tons of really pleasant sweetness up front, lots of fruit notes, as I kind of already described on the nose. Really nice true caramel pop there on the front of the palate, and it kind of gets darker mid palate. You kind of get like this cinnamon molasses thing going on, which is really pleasant. And then the finish is just like a really sweet, like Red Hots or Fireball candies, kind of like that going on. Yeah, that's a really nice whiskey, whatever glass 2 is. That's a good one. I like that. Everything just tastes amazing tonight because I haven't really had whiskey in since Sunday. So I don't get many luxury items, but I don't think they add any extra. Okay. Firstly, toss fruit salad. I'll see myself out. What's up, John? Yeah, good stuff, man. Everybody cheersing, John. Appreciate that. James Morgan in the house. Cheers, James. What's up, buddy? Good to see you again, as always. And Slapshot also here. What's up, people? Good to see you, Slapshot. Brian there hanging out. Well, no one is popping in, and I know there's a lot of folks that tend to like to pop on these things. So I'm just going to throw the link out to the general public because no one's hopping in. So we will go ahead and do that. Let me throw the link up here. That way, in case anybody that is not a Patreon wants to hop on, you can do so. So let's paste that, throw that there. And as soon as we get a bump up from any kind of comment, there we go. I really need to get rid of that heart. The heart just needs to go to hell. It's always in the way. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Link is pinned if anybody wants to hop on here and keep me company so I don't have to do all the talking. Anyway, let's move on. Look at that. Immediately we got it. What's up, John? Good to see you.
How you doing? Sorry for being a smart ass, but yeah.
No, good times. Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't really had any whiskey since Sunday. If you were there,
I'm just glad you're alive. So.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I actually thought it would be. It was not good. What's up, Z-Man? Good to see you.
Cheers, John.
Yeah, I'm taking a couple-hour break. I had a few pours on Marty's stream earlier, so I'm kind of chilling right now.
There you go. Yeah, I missed Marty today. So for those of you that were not there Sunday, I did 7 chugs and killed 6 bottles. And
they made a short out of it. It's great.
Yeah, and then so the rare breed that was my final chug. I didn't even remember doing this, but apparently at some point off camera, I finished that bottle. Because when I came down the next day, that bottle was empty. So
You're
yeah,
a brave.
I
You're a
think you
brave
came
man,
back
John.
to it. You had a jug, and I think you came back to it later.
Okay, because that wasn't in the short, so I didn't. I don't know what happened.
I don't remember that, but somebody said you came back to it and finished it. So
Yeah. So that was. I think the rare breed is kind of what did me in because I was okay, and then that was probably at least a 2-ounce chug, maybe 3. There was quite a bit in that bottle.
there was a good, a little less than a quarter of that bottle. Yeah.
Sean, if it makes you feel any better, Adam did a drunken review, and I was in chat because I got his number. I could text him, but I threw it out there. And I'm like, did you even remember doing any of that? His response was, no, I don't remember filming any of that shit. So
it happens. Yeah. If I had hung around long enough and they invited me for a drunken review, I certainly would not have remembered anything because I don't know. I don't even remember drinking the rare breed. I don't even remember doing that chug. So
Well, you popped up in Dan's chat last night. And I'm like, thank God the guy's alive. I'm like, holy shit.
yeah, everybody checked up on me, which was really sweet. Both Mike and Adam did, and then so did Shane. So that was cool. Yeah, but I was all right. Oh yeah, I wasn't feeling great Monday as you would expect, but it wasn't. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I just don't remember anything. Did I drink glass 3 yet? I don't think so. I think I just nosed it.
Sean, I couldn't find a link on Patreon.
What's that?
I couldn't find the Patreon link. So.
Oh, is it not?
No, in my email. It is what it is. Patreon is. It's
I got you. Yeah, I guess Great Shot always has an issue with it too. So maybe I just need to find a bit different way of doing it.
No, just keep doing what you're doing, and if you got to look for it, you got to look for it.
Yeah. But I got to say, glass 3, not as pleasant of a nose as the last 2. It's kind of flatter and just not as full, just not as much going on. It's nice, but it's. And I hate to talk crap about it, but I feel like this might be the cheapest whiskey on the table. It's just it doesn't have as much going on as the last 2 for sure on those. Let's see about the Paldo. Here we go.
John, I put my email in chat. If you go to the very top, you want to send me a number, send it to the number I got off of backstage. It doesn't work.
Okay. Fair enough, man. I can do that.
Not you, Sean. I'm talking to John.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you get the number I put in private chat?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get anything on this. So.
Go look at the top of the chat. You'll see my email.
Okay.
My email is my ham radio call sign, so it's normal knowledge. So I don't give a shit if anybody has it.
There you go. And thank you, Sugar Kitty, for throwing up the Patreon link. Yeah, if anybody wants to join our Patreon, much appreciated. Appreciate all you Patreons.
And, and they should. They should.
Yeah, appreciate that, C-Man. If it's that good, instead of you looking for it, it will eventually come looking for you. There you go.
That's a true freaking story.
Yeah, so far, glass 3, not as amazing, whatever that may be, as the other 2, but still good, still a solid pour. In fairness, really strong competition tonight, at least in my eyes. Just so, guys, if you were choosing out of these 4 here, Pikesville, Silver Springs, Rare Breed, and the Knob Creek 15, which off the top of your head, what do you think is going to be your favorite?
I don't know. I love Pikesville.
Yeah.
Is that a Knob Creek 115 pick?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's probably where I'm going to go.
And the problem with Turkey 101, if you don't like the pine, because it's in there, or the minty flavor,
yeah,
people aren't going to do it. So I'm a big Pikesville fan.
I mean, the Rare Breed rye is good, but I'm a turkey guy, but I love the Knob Creek picks.
Oh,
yeah. Actually, I don't know. This might be a shelfer.
Those are all freaking hitters, man.
No, okay, no, I guess it is a pick.
Okay.
Well, it's a single barrel. It's a single barrel select. I don't know. It says Kentucky Zone. It is hand selected barrels from Clearmont. So I don't know if that counts as a pick or not. I mean, it's not like a group pick that I'm aware of, but like
I mean, Pikesville is great too, but I don't think you really go wrong with one of those Knob Creek 115 picks.
Yeah. I haven't had a Knob Creek pick that was garbage. And then most of them are at 120 proof.
Well, the Rye's 115, so.
Yeah.
I've gotten shit in my store that was from a restaurant pick because they couldn't sell enough of it for $60. You're not going to go wrong.
This is good, whatever this is, glass 4.
And I got it down
but
here.
Not as impressive.
That's the restaurant pick. And that's Hanny's Bar in Phoenix, Arizona. This is 120 proof.
Yeah, the Knob Creek bourbon picks. Yeah, those are fantastic. Yeah.
They're freaking good, brother.
So sure, Kitty's thing of the choices, his choice is yes. So yeah,
Yeah. I totally agree with that shit.
Casey picked for sure for a saucy. Casey picked as well for sure. Are like a nice Boo-Rye. Yeah, I'm guessing that was my first glass. I don't know though, but just a lot of the profile that I kind of think of in a Knob Creek Rye. I always get molasses, and that's kind of a note that I only get.
Bourbon School, happy birthday, man! That's awesome.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Cheers, Brian. Good to see you, man. You made it another year.
Yeah.
Always good. Yeah, man. Have fun with the family, and cheers, buddy. Good to see you as always. We have a few less ryes in the UK, so Casey Rye is an easy, good value. Yeah, for sure, man. So James, so you guys do get the picks out there, huh? Or just the standard rye? You guys get the 115 there in the UK? I'm always curious what other countries get.
Yep. I like to hear what other states get.
Well, even if you only got the 100 proof, that's still a good bottle.
Yeah, for sure. That was top 5 for me in our value bracket thing there of ryes. I think it was 4th, maybe.
Pikesville was 1.5 times the price. Yeah, no.
Really, man. Huh.
I don't know if Heaven Hill makes a shitty whiskey. I don't think they do.
No, I would say not.
And I just saw the bottle in Bond, but I think it's like $65 or so. But I have to probably own that bottle.
Oh, there's probably a 7-year.
That's really good.
No, that's the one with the white label and the blue lettering on it. The new one that came out. I ain't seen it. In my store.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, so you're comparing the 100 proof to the Pikesville. If that's about the same here. Yeah, I think regular Casey Rye is like 30 and Pikesville's like 45, 50, something like that.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get the proof off the Pikesville. You don't get it.
Well, Pikesville's 110.
You say that you don't feel it, or what do you mean?
You don't taste it.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Well, he's talking about his Knob Creek in the UK is only 100 proof, though.
Yeah.
I want to get my Pikesville bottle. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Emmenecker. Yeah, we survived.
Hey, Mark.
Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, hey, I hope that record stands for a long time and that I didn't do that for nothing. Because Monday was rough, but yeah, we got through it. Anyway, glass 5 was good. I'm thinking though that my first 2 glasses, whatever those may be, is probably where I'm gonna end up leaning more as we go on. But we'll move them around just to see. Anyway, so John, I know you're not drinking anything yet. Everybody in chat, if you do have something in the glass, let us know what that is.
Yeah, I had about 4 or 5 pours earlier, so I'm on a little pause right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll make it a little while tonight.
All right, well, so I'm going to go back through these again here in just a minute. I'm going to kind of take a break. Everybody's saying cheers to Mark. Good stuff. Z-Man has left us. Still, he has a print of the Earth. It's like another space thing there behind him.
I think he went to get his pipes filled.
Yeah, it's like it's got a space theme going on. Just admiring your room here, Z-Man.
What's so magnificent about my room? You want to? Is it that shit?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, what is it?
No, I was looking at. I see you have a variety of like space themed posters and stuff.
Yeah. That's all this shit on the wall. I'm a space guy.
Okay, cool.
Those are awards and whatnot.
Cool, man.
I've had kids, and model rocketry was part of it.
What's that, Z-Man?
I said I had kids, and model rocketry was part of it. So
I gotcha. Yeah.
I remember doing that when I was a kid. My dad was in ham radio too for years.
yeah, well, the ham radio shit. When you sit there and you look at it, you're like, "What the hell?" And then I get these people on YouTube. I can't operate the microphone. Yeah, we'll operate that shit.
There you go. Sure, Kitty saying, Bernheim, Heaven Hill White Label, Mellocorn, Heaven Hill isn't perfect. You know, there's a lot of people that love that Mellocorn, though. I'm just kind of okay on it. I don't think it's amazing.
It's okay. I don't mind it for the price.
Yeah.
Let me. Can I say something to Sure, Kitty?
Yeah.
The QSL cards that are on this wall right here. That's working in 52 states on 7 megs at midnight. So 7 hertz, low band, and you had to get the cards back. You send them a card, they get a card back, and they get a Work All States award, which I have a plaque on the wall, but I had to work for it. Cool. Sorry, Sean. I'm just passionate about it.
Mark and I are saying, sipping the Magi, delicious. Just cracked a new Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. Very nice, man. Yeah. That guy will be in our 5th bracket there. I can't wait to get into that thing again. Also, M. and I are eating pizza, so probably going to have a summer shandy. Sounds good. QSL cards, indeed. All right, well, let me go back through for round number 2 here. I think we'll go, I'm just going to kind of go random order. We'll start with Glass 3. Start in the middle here, which is the one I thought first go around might be the cheapest bottle on the table, but then maybe not, because I'm not convinced that Glass 4 isn't. So this is actually opening up better now. The nose is getting more interesting, sweeter, just more going on. Well, actually, what are you sipping on there, Z-Man?
I got this is my palate cleanser.
Oh, Bud Light. Bud Light. Miller Light.
Yeah, Miller Light, and then I went and I grabbed this because you're doing Pikes.
There you go. Yeah.
This is my second. I've only owned 2 bottles of this shit because you can't drink a bottle at 115 proof. Plus, it's $60. So, but it's tasty as all hell.
Glass 3 was better on the second go round. I will say that. More interesting, more going on. Second sip. On the Bud Light thing, and I don't want to get political at all. I just saw a thing that they've lost something like $360 million in the last quarter. Like, good Lord. Holy crap. Like, I did not realize.
But Budweiser's not known in America anymore. Miller Lite, this is not known in America anymore. So the individual with the placard for Bud Light that badmouthed an individual, that individual's gone. So everybody's moving on.
Yeah.
It's like people bitching about our president, our former president. It don't matter anymore.
Aren't they all criminals as far as I can tell?
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally both.
We got to vote them in. That's how it is. Just get over it.
Yeah, you got to pick your favorite criminal and then vote for him. Anyway, close to the cat hour. Definitely not making it to medal time. Already, man. Okay. Well, have a good night. Sure, Kitty. Appreciate you, man, as always. Have a good one. Shred in the house. Cheers, buddy. Happy July.
Cheers, Shredder. I know you this morning, man. What, do you follow me around? He was on Ken's stream this morning.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Before he had to go to work.
Yeah.
And then Ken's asked me, "Are you going to work?" I'm like, "No." I don't know what Ken's doing being my time boss.
Shred saying,
And I don't know why I said that. I just said it.
Shred saying he just bought a 12-pack of Beck's, still made by Anheuser-Busch. Interesting.
Friday friends, they're on a roll tonight.
Hey, thanks, John, for looking out here.
You guys should hop on Friday Friends. You too, Shred. If you guys got the time, hop on.
Fred and Doug were on Marty's stream earlier. It's Doug's birthday today.
Oh,
they're on a roll.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Those two guys they're just cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Got back into Glass 4 there. Still not amazing, even the second go around.
Yeah, Fred and Doug, that'd be a party I'd want to visit sometime.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I want some Louisiana treats. I want some shrimp. I want some oysters. I want the food too. Yeah. I watch a guy on YouTube called Blue Gabe, and they were doing it off of Louisiana shore, where they were pulling shrimps, and it was in freaking bins. And they were doing the oysters, and they would crab boil them in Zetarans, and then they would pull them out and put the Old Bay seasoning. Yeah, man.
Hey, Fred, I can imagine two hours ago you were on a roll.
Hey,
I can imagine you're toasted right now.
When it's 115, you're going to get a little toasty.
Yeah, it was 98 degrees down there a couple hours ago?
Well, I think it's freaking 94 degrees in my house.
Not because of the heat, though. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
There's the weather update in my house.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
That's my hallway's 91 degrees, and the cooler's on.
That sounds awful.
No, it's not. A buddy of mine's he's up in the White Mountains in Arizona, and I'm like, I can't really afford to fix my AC. I had medical issues and I had to pay some bills, but he goes, "You know what? You've lasted this long. Just suck it up." And I'm like, "All right." And the wife, she ain't liking it. But she ignores a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling Marty and John on another stream. My wife's been a nurse for 31 years. She's got another year before she can retire. And she talked to me, was it yesterday, I think? And she goes, "You know what? I'm retiring at the end of next week."
I Shred, that is awesome.
Doesn't walk on the credit, it's not going in my mouth. Fair enough. So are you saying that all things that do walk on the ground go in your mouth? So does that work? Anyway.
Which is bullshit. Well, are you not going to eat a crab? Shredward.
Crabs do walk on the ground. That's a fair point.
And there's people on YouTube.
No, I don't want to say anything there. No, I don't want to get banned.
None of us want to get banned or kicked out.
They're crabs on land, so
Just because you got a wrench doesn't mean you can just sit there and say whatever the hell you want.
You know it, Sean. Mark had the last Yingling with pizza. There you go. Always a good choice. So it just had Glass 2. Glass 2, good. Not as good as it was first go around. I don't know. Things are changing, evolving. Going back to Glass 1 now.
Do you feel it changing your palate as you drink those?
I think it's more like, with air, things change.
Some ryes are a little rougher than others.
Yeah. The ground under the sea. There you go.
And some of your reviews, Sean, which I love, is you drink these bottles, and we all know they're like, but you kind of try to find something positive on it, and I just start laughing when I watch the shit because.
I mean, if I really don't like something, you're going to know about it.
Yeah, and I agree. And everybody wants to know is it a drain pour or not.
Yeah, like Woodinville, for instance, basically both 90 proofers, the rye or the bourbon. Just never buy them. If you do end up with one, you should use it as target practice. I think that's probably the best use for it. It'll make a great TikTok video.
I got a regular Woodinville, and then I got a Woodinville port, which I love. and then I get a store pick, and a store pick was like at 130 proof, and it was hot garbage from the get go. They're all still sitting in the bar, so if somebody wants to try it, they can try it. But is it a sipper? No.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some really good picks. Mark, Northwest Bourbon, sent me some picks. I actually still have a little bit of a couple left. And the picks are actually pretty decent. I have to give it to Woodinville. But the standard shelfers, both 90 proofers, the rye and the bourbon, just absolutely awful. They both have this really weird chemically note that just totally puts me off. Kind of tastes like varnish or something that you would put on wood. It's very unpleasant. I think we lost John. John has frozen on us.
I'm in the background just typing in chat.
Oh, okay.
When people get a bourbon, they want some sweetness to it, and I don't get it out of any of those pressure.
I assume, yes. I like a good fish and chips. Same shrimp now, and then crab cakes, calamari, etc. Just not most fish. Yeah, I'm not. I gotta say, I'm kind of with you there, Shred. I'm not huge on fish, even though we do go fishing pretty often. Like it has to be prepared perfectly, or else I'm just not that interested.
Fish is hot garbage unless you put it in a batter and you.
Oh, see, I love fish.
Yeah, I like fish deep fried if the fish was prepared properly ahead of time, like cleaned really well. So
I love salmon and trout on my grill. Tuna as well.
Okay, well, salmon's the one exception. Like if you do one thing I like to do with my salmon is like a bourbon glaze, like any kind of sweet glaze like that, and then you grill it. I actually do them in the smoker pretty often that way. And
I do my salmon with cherry wood, and I brought it over to snowbird neighbors' houses, and they're breaking out the crackers after it's been chilled, and they're just gobbling it up.
Yeah, man. Baller, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Cheers, buddy. Here we go. We got Slapshot in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you, Brian.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Brian.
America. Heck yeah. What do we got in the glass there, Brian?
I have a little Michter's American whiskey.
Nice.
Always a good way to start the night for sure.
Oh yeah.
This may sound wrong, but smoked salmon and put a little Ardbeg on it while it's on the smoker.
Hey, Brian, great
That's
live
a peak
there
to it.
tonight, brother.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
Yeah, I was watching that and I was feeling your pain, and I was sitting in chat going, "Come on." Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I think I'm starting to narrow things down. I really liked glass 1 and 5. Let's figure out what our last place is here. It's kind of between 3 and 4. Also, Brian, what do you? Oh, I just asked you that. My brain's. So I've been literally not necessarily voluntarily, but we had to stain a bunch of stuff inside of a building, and so I've been huffing stain for like 2 days. So my brain is a little foggy.
Oh, Shredward fresh tuna is one of my favorite things in the world.
Brian, do a stream on the weekend, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I got some things, but I may.
Oh, Sean, if you go up, my comment to James Morgan is probably what would get me banned. So.
Well, Pitch Hitter was talking about doing Sunday, but I don't think Vic is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I saw Anthony put a thumbnail up. He's going 9 Eastern Sunday, so that's live wire spot.
I didn't even.
Bourbon Neophyte.
Yeah, well, he always does that. You just go on before him for a couple hours.
Yeah,
I didn't even monetize this stream, John, so it doesn't matter. They can't ban what they're not paying for.
Okay.
I looked at my revenue. I don't even care. Like the whole being monetized thing is just so stupid at this point. I'm like, I don't even give a shit. I'm getting like $8 to $10 a month. Like, how is that even helping me? Screw YouTube.
Sean, make your money through Patreon, and if you want to do like giveaways, put a PayPal or something else below, so YouTube doesn't grab the cash.
I mean, God bless the folks that are doing it and doing well. Like if you put out a ton of list videos, then you'll do well on YouTube. I can't do it. That's not what I want to do. I think it's disingenuous to just pump out list video after list video. It's not. I know it works good with the algorithm. I just don't enjoy doing them. I think they're kind of cheesy after a while. Like you can only do like best 5 budget bottles. Like if you do it more than once a year, it's the same list basically. You can't, that or your opinion is constantly changing. Like one of the two things have to be true.
You know what would be fun is if you did a behind the scenes of the bar.
Oh, you wouldn't want to see that.
Hey, seriously, dude.
Everything behind the screen is a disaster.
Even Dara, the average drinker, did it, and I've watched that video several times because it's just cool to see how her and Bill just put shit out there.
Yeah, I mean, I could show you guys. Like, I mean, well, I don't want to do it right now because I'll mess up the camera. But so I have green shag carpet that you guys never see because it's a disaster that I need to rip out and put in laminate flooring.
You're gonna rip out the carpeting? Giggity giggity. Sorry.
We got the Godfather in chat. What's up, Ken? Cheers, buddy.
Hey, cheers, Ken.
Cheers, Ken.
But yeah, I mean, like I'm pretty proud of my walls and like what I've done there. It's just like there's that end is a mess because it's all my empty bottle collection and then it's boxes for shipping.
but people want to see how shit is set up. And even Ken on his Patreon, you see he's looking at 3 monitors and a microphone, and on the far right there's 2 other monitors. That's where his work site is. And you look at the setup and it's off the
Oh, Mark.
mine is not that high tech. I can tell you that.
Thank you, Mark.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, that is medical advice.
Yes, from a doctor. Yes.
Yeah. It's got to be true. It's got to be true.
That came out of Mark's mouth, seriously.
Gizmo in the house. Yeah, actually, I did not give Gizmo a proper solo, and he's getting very close to the camera now. So,
And Gizmo says, "Please don't shave the pussy."
That's right. Hey, buddy. Yeah, it's a good kitty. It's a good kitty. It's unfortunate Sure Kitty's not here right now. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He had to go to sleep. Well, he's 3 hours ahead of us.
Running as Eagles. There you go.
He was hiding a piece of Lego today, and I spotted it twice.
Yeah, I forget about that. You freaking cops. Find that shit.
All hell Gizmo, indeed.
I mean, I can make the joke. I'm good at finding small things. What can I say?
This is not to be construed as medical advice. I'm talking trash.
Brian threw it out there as crime scene investigation shit.
Good stuff. Oh. When he's off the clock, he's no longer a doctor. I like it.
Well, I didn't say he was. That was just sound medical advice.
Yes.
That's last.
Yeah, my girl being a nurse for all her years, people think she's a freaking doctor, and it irritates the living shit out of her. Why you ask me this question? Well, don't you know?
Doctors kill you, nurses save your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it's
probably more useful than most doctors, honestly.
Yeah, well, doctors prescribe shit, and the thing my girl always bitched about was because she was working at 7 at night to 7 in the morning. You got to call a doctor at 1 o'clock in the morning, and when she says something to him, he's what do you think? And she tells him what med the patient should have, and he says, "Okay, go ahead, I'll prescribe it." Like, really?
I don't think Mark's too happy right now, by the way.
Yeah. That shit just
Wait,
Mark is not liking the road we're going down here. Now, Mark, I'm sure you're a very good doctor.
Yes.
I don't think Mark's a doctor. I think he's a dentist.
I actually don't know where Mark falls in the doctor field. But Jim, what's up, brother?
Hey,
Jim.
What
Jim, I got your message a little while ago. No problem.
What is Captain America about to pour?
Well, since since you're doing your rye bracket, I figured I'd go wall to wall right tonight, and I'll start down. When I say at the bottom, I mean proof wise because I don't think this is bad.
Oh yeah, that's always a good one. Yeah,
No, that's good.
Yeah, nope.
kind of a classic. Oh, I actually don't own the 40 percenter.
Yeah, they don't make it anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
86 replaced it.
Yeah, I know Old Overholt has been through many different proof and label changes in fairly recent years. So
yeah, I actually got another one to pull later because I think it's quite possibly my favorite rye.
the 114.
Yeah, for it only show up on the shelves here. I know it's supposedly a core release now. I have yet to see it here. I know other people have seen it in their states, but it hasn't made it here yet.
I mean, I'm in Kentucky, Jim, and I only see it occasionally. It's not. It's one of those things you don't see a whole lot.
Since Jim's here and I got a port later for him, I'm going to pull this up.
Oh, sure.
There we go. All right.
I will tell you, Jim, if you like this, there's a second bottle still sitting in the bottle rack here if you want it.
Uh-huh.
I originally got 2 bottles from Europe, so I'm halfway through the first one.
All right, I will try that sample and let you know.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, I will gladly sell you the second one. So
That's
Peter White.
one of my unicorns.
yeah, this is good stuff.
Peter White trying to predict the future here. He's saying Pikesville will take the win. We'll see, Peter. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth on what's my last place right now. No, that's good.
Yeah, Peter White, I have a bad habit of when Donald Rance mentions something, I jump on Wine Searcher and start looking in Europe for them. I actually got Canadian whiskey from Europe. That's
Donald,
That has to travel a long way to get back to you.
To answer your question,
Yeah.
Mark, it's okay if you're, a hardcore Old Overholt fan. It's probably worth picking up. Just half a bottle of it because when it's gone, it's gone. But otherwise, stick to the bonded and the 114. The 86. The 80's okay, but it's not going to blow you away by any matter. Although, frankly, it's really hard to tell the 80 and the 86 apart. As I recall, they don't taste that different.
Yeah, I think I have I guess I have the bottle and bond, actually. I think that's the one I have. And it's good. I don't remember where it placed in my budget bracket, but it was okay. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I also didn't love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Against those bottles, it's going to fall flat on its face.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
so
not bad, but it's not going to win any blind.
this is my king of the budgets right there. I love that bottle. Yeah, but
as opposed to the 114, which it'll give those guys a run for his money. That is my opinion.
yeah, the 114 is really good. Hey, Scott's in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man. Trying to figure out my last place here. So, like, these two are clearly the front runners, whatever they may be, but the last three are kind of hard to figure out. Not that any of them are bad. They're all actually really good. They're just not as good as these. And they're actually really close. And I'm guessing that 101 is in these three. I mean, it could be in the top two. I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of flat, whatever this is.
Yeah, but the 101, you're going to taste it against the Pikesville.
yeah, Peter White, from what Donald Rance said, this bottle literally, like Dr. Don Livermore, this was his PhD project.
Yeah.
Different barrel aging of rye whiskeys. So it was like a one-off deal. And the way Donald just raved about it, I had to find it. Donald has never steered me wrong on any bottle I've bought.
Okay. We got the bottom three sorted. Need more water so I can cleanse my palate here. Yeah. Again, folks, if you're drinking something in chat, let us know.
You know, it's funny how experience changes your palate because this was, I think, the very first rye I ever had. And this was pretty early in my journey. I think at that point all I'd have was a couple of blended scotches and a Irish that didn't fill me. And this was like, okay, this is all right. But early in my journey, I found this to have a very heavy black licorice note, very heavy anise note. Now, if everything else is bad, I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I would imagine when you compare it up against, say, like an MGP product, it's not nearly as anise forward as. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, Peter. 87% rye? Wow. I mean, granted.
Oh, that sucks, Scott. Sorry to hear that.
Oh, man.
Should hit the fan. Dissertation is 87% rye. Wow, that's
right,
pretty high rye.
I mean, granted, the 140 is 100% rye. So, but 87%, that's up there. You definitely need to get that rye spice punch.
Yeah.
All right, so let's crown our king here. Let's figure out which. Of course, either way, these two are moving on, so it doesn't matter. But what's the first place? That's what matters. Those are actually pretty similar.
Second place first.
Well, I haven't revealed any of them yet.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. Just curious in chat, especially you Patreons and anybody that's been keeping up with the brackets. Of what's in the brackets, what do you think is your favorite rye that's in, what is there, 25 total? Again, here, I'll bring it up again just so everybody can cast their vote. Maybe I should make a poll, although I'm not going to make a 25 bottle poll.
I'm biased because I donated a bottle, so.
That's true. And that, I mean, honestly, we haven't gotten there yet, but that one could take it all. So, yeah, that bottle is absolutely killer. The thing is, John, I almost feel bad having it compete now because I've had like an inch left in it for like 6 months because I went through the first part of it really fast. So I feel like it's not quite as good as it used to be, which is not necessarily fair to it. Because, man, the first half of that bottle was just an absolute monster. I mean, it just kills almost everything I've ever had in the rye category.
Yeah, so, Jim, I was going to pour you a sample of this border bourbon, and then we're going to pick another barrel next week now.
Yeah, I picked out of the sample because I've been determined to pick something off your list that was from Wisconsin because the only Wisconsin stuff I've ever had is Driftless. So I wanted to try something else, and I had something else on there, and I took it off, and I don't remember why. Oh, I had that Crowded Barrel one on there, but I took it off because I read a little more about it. That sounds weird. No.
Which one? They're both a little weird.
I didn't know there was more than one on there. I just saw
there's Eleanor, and then there's a Polish Boots Rye, too.
Okay, I might have to go look at those. I missed
They're finished in an the old ale stock cask, or stock ale cask, so they're a little bit funky.
Hey, Doug H., I'd love to hear about that K-Look. I keep seeing, I mean, that's like the third or fourth time just this week. Somebody's either done a review on it or somebody has mentioned it in chat. Has anybody on panel had that, the K-Luke toast?
No.
Dusty Dan just did a live stream the other night, and it was batch 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who the hell he was on there with, but somebody that was saying that the batch 3 to 5, it was kind of like it was amped up as it went along.
Yeah, I wanted to hang out for that. I wanted to hang out for that live stream, but I was still feeling pretty shitty. So I kind of went to bed early. And that
was the review I got from it. It's good stuff.
Hey, badass.
Good.
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
Very nice.
According to tracking, I had samples arriving from Independent Joe today, but they didn't show up. So I'm kind of hoping they show up tomorrow. There are 2 Corbin Cash single barrels.
Oh, very cool, man.
That's going to be the first Corbin Cash I've tried. So
cheers, Bobby.
I'm hoping they show up tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that's going to be killer.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a 6-year and an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I'm going to be really curious on. I'd love to have. Well, of course, you'll probably be on Joe's first, but I'd love to have you on when you get them and just hear your thoughts on the difference between the two.
Just sometimes it says delivered and then it doesn't show up till the next day. So it's
Right,
kind of
that's always
hoping they
fun.
didn't put it in the wrong mailbox.
I love it. I love it when that happens when I'm at work and then I get home and there's not whiskey at my house. That's always
And
fun.
then it shows up the next day, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You said it showed up yesterday.
Yeah. So I see it delivered and I'm like, all right, sweet. I got whiskey waiting for me. Can't wait to get home. And then you get home and there's not a fucking box.
My driver signs for it. And I question her about it. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes,
Well, these are hand deliveries coming through the postal service, so
Right.
it's not something I have to sign for.
This is stuff I've ordered from Storytime or whatever.
So let me burn through a little bit of chat here, and then we'll do the reveal. So I have 70 bottles of rye with 2 more on the way. Never have enough rye, for sure, man. Yeah, I'm really getting into rye more and more as I get farther into my whiskey journey. I guess that's the right terminology. Yeah, man, loving the ryes. Ken saying hi to Scott. 1917 would poop in all those ryes' mouths. That is the truth, Shred. Yeah. Corbin Cash 1917. The thing is, I mean, granted, it's $100+ bottle, but that rye is, god damn, it's just.
Right on, Scott.
Eleanor.
That's the other one, Jim. So here's the.
Okay, so that's a bourbon, right?
Yep, Eleanor's the bourbon, the Boucherie. They're both finished in the same beer.
Yeah, it's the finish that has me kind of put off. I'm like,
they're a little bit fruity. They're really funky. That's why this is a couple years old, and that's why it's still mostly floating.
And here's the guy right here that introduced me to Corbin Cash. Thank you, Bobby, for that. And I think we all have Bobby to thank, as far as I know, for introducing Whiskey Tube to Corbin Cash. I mean, because like he would just not stop preaching about it, and so I finally had David on and got a bottle from them. And my God, man, that Corbin Cash is just doing
I'm so excited to try that stuff.
Yeah. So cheers, Bobby. Good to see you, man. And thank you for all your preaching the good word about Corbin Cash, man. Yeah. I have summoned Bobby. Yeah. Yeah. Talk Corbin Cash and Bobby's sure to show up for good reason. That's some killer ride, man. Cheers, James. I can't see you in chat as YouTube is shit. Good day, mate. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, YouTube is shit. I should just make a live stream every week that just says that because screw YouTube. But anyway, I put 1917 in chat and Bobby popped in 12 seconds later. It's magic. It's nothing but magic.
Yeah. Much morning after.
Right. Hey, there you go. Got Z-Man's hand delivery. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Baller, you know what? I need to. So I mean, I've been in chat with Bobby to get another 1917. I just funds have been tight, so I haven't been able to get him the fundage to make that happen. But I need to get Bobby to send me a 1917, and I'd like to since you've been very generous, man. I'd like to send you some 1917 and also some of my Master Distiller pick, and so you can compare them for yourself and see what you think. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts, man. Yeah, 9 a.m. Ken's time. California also has a couple other straight ryes. Spirit Works, especially Lost Lantern. Lost Lantern some good stuff. Although Lost Lantern sourced at least a couple bottles from Corbin Cash, so I'd be curious about the differences there. And then Old Potrero, I guess I'm saying that right, malted rye. 6 and 8, yeah, man. Those 6 and 8 years. I gotta say, and David might not like this. I think I actually prefer the 6 to the 8. I like the 8, although I only had a little bit of I just had a taste of that, but I really like the 6. The 6 is pretty stellar.
So how is the 1917 compared to the 6?
I think 1917 is the most approachable of the 4, so it's a 4-year. I think it's probably what most people would prefer. Like if you polled 1,000 whiskey drinkers, I think that the 8 is really interesting. Like David picked one of the most unique barrels I've ever had of anything. Like there's nothing I can compare it to. There's nothing like that bottle. That said, because it is so unique, it's one of those things that I really love, but I'm not in the mood for it all the time. I think the 6 is kind of a good balance between the two. The 6 is really interesting as well, but it's not. There's a sharpness in the 8-year that. So, Ben actually described it as a little bit of a vomity taste.
It's part of that, maybe that climate that.
Well, so I think what it is, for the way that my palate perceives it, is very citrus, like acid forward. So, if you're talking about the acidity of stomach acid, then I can see that. I don't ever perceive it as vomit, though. But so that's why when I did my review, I said I get a lot of like pineapple, because pineapple is very citrus acid forward. So I can see where Ben's getting that. It's just that I don't perceive that as a bad thing. So, yeah. So it's, yeah. So I guess it just depends on the person that you give it to. But yeah, so there you go. Bobby has all the Corbin Cash facts there. Lost Lantern actually did a 7-year Corbin Cash single barrel. For sure. Yeah. Baller, yeah, I need to eat you some stuff, man. Yes, sir, Ken. I blame myself, though. I bet I was out of order. Yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, YouTube is, just doing YouTube things. Short Works from Lost Lantern was 21090, number 3 Rye of 2022, and the reason I got it. Fantastic. Okay. I wonder if that is the Corbin Cash bottle. I'm curious. Michelle, I actually talked to David recently. He's going to come back on the show soon. Awesome, man. Oh, we just lost Z-Man. 21090 are pretty much rye. Yeah, I mean, Todd is like the rye guy. Like, he's just all about the rye. My ears were burning, so I hopped. All right. So speaking of rye, let's go ahead and do the reveal here. Let's see what we got. So here's the order. We'll see what we got here. So last place is whatever this glass is. Glass A. Wow. Okay. This is the order they're in. So this is A, B, C, D, and E.
Pikesville last.
So Pikesville last. That's actually kind of shocking to me. I thought it would do better than that. But, whatever. It is what it is. That's how blinds work. So Pikesville last. Which means that 101 beat Pikesville. Just now it might be the next one. I don't know. But either way, it still beat Pikesville. Which is, that's saying something. Okay, so 4th place. What do we got? Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. Which I kind of thought it was when I first tasted it. Yeah, so that's E, which is 101. But, I mean, when you consider what the competition is on the table, that's still pretty damn good. It still beat Pikesville, which is like a $50 to $60 bottle. This is like a third that price. So, yeah, good job, 101. So taking 4th place there. And again, that's just for fun. So really, Pikesville was 4th. So then 3rd place, what do we got? 3rd place is D, and D is the Knob Creek, which, for my palate, that makes sense. Like, I like the Knob Creek, but I'm kind of partial to Turkey, obviously, since 101 beat Pikesville. And so that means one of these is Rare Breed and one of these is Silver Springs, which are the two that are moving on. So what's our 2nd place and what's our winner of this bracket? We'll just reveal 1st place, because then what 2nd place is. So 1st place is B, right? Yeah, B. So Rare Breed wins it all, which, I mean, kind of makes sense given my palate. So Silver Springs coming in 2nd, though. So this is like now an $80-ish bottle, and this is $40. So when you compare price-wise, this is clearly the better value, at least around here.
I wouldn't pay $50 for Rare Breed.
What's that, Jim?
I wouldn't pay $50 for Rare Breed. I never made 80. Sheesh.
Yeah, I think that's last time I was in the store. I think it was 67, 68.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean these have gone up a lot recently. Yeah, kind of disappointingly, because I do love this rye, but you know, I mean, it's usually 75, 80 around me, and that's kind of getting into territory as lower. It's like, do I really want that? Like, it's
Yeah,
good.
wait a
but
second. Wasn't Silver Springs B? Wasn't Rare Breed C? William Hall had a good point. Rare Breed was on the other side of Silver Spring. You went Pikesville, Silver Spring, Rare Breed.
You know what? You're right. Thank you, William Hall.
Yeah, William Hall. Yeah.
I am too drunk to run this show, apparently. Thank you, people in chat, for paying attention. You know what? You're right. That's a good point. Somehow I saw them on the table and then somehow switched them around.
William Hall gets his class participation points today.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, William Hall, for keeping the show on track. So yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, Silver Springs won, which even further proves my point that it's a killer bottle for like 40, 45 bucks. Now, granted, this is kind of only in Texas, so you need to know somebody in Texas. So there's that.
So I've never heard of that. So that's a Texas rye?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see here. I'll give you the details here. So keepersquestbrands.com is the website post on the back. Wait a second. Bottled by Keepers Quest Inc., Chattanooga, Tennessee, distilled in Kentucky. But the only people I've ever heard talk about this are in Texas. Actually, wait a second. I feel like, as I'm thinking about it, and my brain's kind of working-ish, I think the Fancies actually grabbed this bottle for me. So maybe I got this from California. Either way, it's limited markets. Wait a second. Ben is wearing a very fancy shirt.
Yo!
Holy shit!
And whack in the background.
Wait, where are you guys right now?
Pours in the park.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what's happening this weekend?
Yep.
I never keep track of these things. Well, Ben, I know you probably can't hear me.
I can. I got you on the Bluetooth.
Okay, you look fantastic, as does Derek and Whack and all the crew. Hey, say hi to all the people. We love you guys. You guys look great. Have a blast. Oh, look at all these beautiful people.
Look at this guy.
Who are we looking at here?
Oh, look at that bourbon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
What's up, Nick?
Man, look at him. He is dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sexy. Yeah, of course I am.
I'm gonna have to show up.
Pup.
I'm gonna have to show up in a suit for Bourbon on the Bank, Ben. So Ben, since you can't hear me, what do we got in the glass right now? I imagine something good.
They're at a cigar lounge, and it's their Bardstown.
One more time. Couldn't hear you real well.
We're at a cigar bar, a cigar lounge, and it's their Bardstown thing.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
Damn. Oh, of course not. I need a duck.
Well, Ben, your audio is a little garbled, but.
Oh, then I got to give it back.
You can't even hear me. Anyway, it looks like you guys are having a blast, though.
Well, we're having something.
There you go. So I don't know if you heard, Ben, but so this guy, my $45 Silver Springs Sweet Rye, won this bracket. So yeah, you guys should be on the lookout if you can. So this bottle, I believe, came from California, thanks to the Fancies. So I only sold it myself so you guys can see it better. The way the label is, because it's like all silvery, makes it hard to see real well. But that's it. If you ever see this bottle, grab it. It is fantastic, and it's like 40, 45 bucks. That is a great rye. Cast strength, $45. Distilled in Kentucky. It doesn't give me any more information than that. But then bottled in Tennessee. So Yeah.
Let me see who else I can make uncomfortable by putting my down.
No idea what you're saying, Ben. But
I'm gonna go outside so you can maybe hear me.
okay. Yeah,
Holy shit, it's Pam.
let me turn your
Where's
mic
Pam?
up. There you go. I bumped you up some. Maybe we can hear you better now.
Oh, I'm getting the chair with me. Oh yeah, that's what happens in the gym.
There you go. So Bobby agrees. He enjoys the 6-year over the 8 as well. Also agree that unless you're into whiskey like we are, 1970 is most. Yeah. I think 1917 is an absolutely stellar rye. I think if you gave that to most people, that's going to kill pretty much anything else they have in their collection. I think you have to be really, really into ryes to appreciate just the uniqueness of the 6 and the 8. Especially the 8. The 8 is just so different from anything else I've ever
Hey,
had.
bud. How many people have got it?
There you go. Yeah. Bubble bath bourbon. Yeah. You know, I have a few suits. I've never worn any on stream. I actually thought about being the guy in suits on Whiskey Tube because I have a few. And by a few, I mean I have 16. But then I decided that might be a little bit too much. Oh, we lost Ben. But yeah, I like a good suit, man. Yeah, I like what he had going on there. The yellow with the kind of what's that color blue?
I own one suit with 3 different ties. If you die or get married, you'll see the same suit.
There you go. Yeah, I like suits. I'm not big on ties. Ties is where, I mean, I wear them quite often, but I don't enjoy ties because I'm always hot, and ties are really good at holding all the heat in. It's kind of like bottling up all the heat that's going on in this area and not lighting up. He looks like a rubber ducky. I think that's probably what he was going for. But yeah, folks, if you see Silver Springs Sweet Rye, this thing is killer. I know that they have them down in Texas. I know they have them in California because that's where this bottle came from. I don't know where else it's at. But, you know, get in touch with Fancies or Joe or any of our Texas folks. And, yeah, you can get yourself one. Like I said, they're like 40, 45 bucks. So. There you go. I mean, you know, I of the 16 suits I own, Peter, there's 2 or 3 that don't really fit well. Because I haven't gained a ton of weight, but I've gained enough that it's uncomfortable. Like it's like got to suck it in all day. That's never fun. So those suits don't get worn as much. Yeah. Either way, I'll like a good suit though. Yeah, man, rare breed and that's Silver Springs, man. Hey, there's
Yeah, it's like trying to button that dress shirt when you've gained a few pounds doesn't work either. Hey, Mark.
I see we have something that's not beer in the glass. So what do we got there?
This is the Magi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's really good. I like it.
What is the? So you said it earlier in chat, Mark, but I'm not familiar with it. So what is the Magi?
It is a NASF product. It's a blended 6-year MGP and 21-year-old Canadian rye, finished in port and sherry casks.
Oh, very cool, man. I think I would dig that. Yeah.
It's sweetened fruit to start with. It gets the rye spice through the middle and then finishes like a dark, fruity, toasted kind of, I don't know, compote kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, I usually really enjoy port finishes. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're just to clear up, Bobby. They're not high-end suits, but you know, we did the best we could with the money we had. So I don't know if any of you are Floridians or have ever been in Florida for extended period of time, but so there's a place there. I think it's like K&G Outlet or something like that. And they have decent suits that they put on sale, usually Easter, Christmas, like those kind of holidays. And like they would have like buy one get two free kind of thing. So Yeah, I would always hit those up. So that's how I ended up with 16 suits. And like I have, I mean, outside of church, I don't like have a good reason for running 16 suits. There you go.
Still had the beer.
But yeah, I like suits, man. I would wear them all the time if I lived in Alaska. Just too hot in the rest of the world to ever wear a suit. But
in Alaska, you need a snowmobile suit.
not me. Like, I mean, like right now. So I have probably what is an uncomfortable number of buttons unbuttoned for you guys. But I have to like vent off the heat, or else I just start like sweating profusely. I have the AC running and a fan blowing on me. You can't see off screen, and I'm still hot right now. I'm always hot. Yeah. So, yeah, I tell you, Peter. So I lived in Florida for most of my life, and I wore suits there more often than I would have liked to, which is 0. 0 is the number of times I would have liked to wear suits in Florida. Yeah, Florida is a horrible place to wear clothing, actually, just period. Any kind of clothing. The only like I would say the most optimal thing you could wear in Florida is like a hat that just soaks you in water all the time. That would be about the only thing that's useful.
With a fan to blow across the water.
Yeah, exactly. I need one of those like the fans at Disney that like hit you with mist, but also like have high power fans going. That's what I need. Just that as a hat and nothing else. Yeah. Florida sucks is the point I'm trying to make. If you still live there, I'm sorry. Yeah, Florida sucks.
Okay.
Actually, Mark, I don't know whereabouts you are. You know, not an exact address, obviously, but just
Illinois.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're a little bit north of me.
East Central Illinois, yeah. It's 3 hours south of Chicago. I'm in the middle of a cornfield.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you don't want to be in Chicago. It's
just close enough to Iowa to go. Why am I over here?
No, it's 2+ hours. I'm like 2 hours from St. Louis and 2 hours from Indianapolis, and 3 hours from Chicago. It's pretty much a dead center kind of thing.
It's pretty much corn everywhere.
And Iowa's even further because I got to go from Missouri up.
Ah, true.
And Mark, we were joking about it earlier, but what, as far as doctor-wise, what is your profession, doctor?
Z-Man was incorrect. I'm a family physician.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not like a drug dealer then.
Not a podiatrist.
No.
Heart doctors are the worst. Heart doctors are just drug dealers, as far as I can tell. God bless them, I guess, or not, whatever. I mean, just seeing what my dad has gone through has been pretty frustrating. It's
yeah. I mean, that's what you got to try to do, I guess.
Yeah. I appreciate that some things can help, but it seems like they've prescribed a lot of things that were not super helpful. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go on a rant about that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, Rye's good. Rye, I like Rye.
Yeah. So I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That one I did like. That was good.
Yeah, this is the one that was in that blind.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had that in a minute, Jim. It's been a long time since.
Yeah, this is interesting because the mash bill is 80-20 rye and malt. And it doesn't be interesting to it. It completely tamps down the rye spice, but it's almost like it's part rye and part single malt, and you can definitely tell, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, last time I had it, it's been a couple of years, but I dig it. Yeah.
On that note, 2 things. One, actually 3 things. One, if you ride a motorcycle, for the love of God, be careful. 2, for everyone who drives around them, open your fucking eyes and don't drive like an asshole.
Watch out for cagers.
Would you like to hear a story that'll piss you off?
Sure, let's go for it. Let's solo Jim and hear a story. It's story time with
You
Jim.
don't need to solo me, Christ. So, my stepdad got hit on his motorcycle earlier this week.
Oof.
He was literally turning left to go up the driveway to the house. He'd gone to the body shop to check that they started working doing the work on his plow truck, and he went around the block and came back up the street. And he's hugging the double yellow line because he's gonna take a wide turn up the driveway. And the Lexus SUV behind the woman in the Lexus behind him decides to go to the left and floor it. Try and go by him on the left, and it clips him and knocks him down.
Like, yikes.
Aren't people great? People are great.
Didn't you say double yellow line too?
Yeah. He was hugging the double yellow line. He wasn't over it.
Yeah, but still a double yellow line. You shouldn't be pulling out to pass
She
anything.
crossed it. The lady crossed the double yellow to get by him,
No,
right?
she didn't cross the double yellow line. She was behind him, and so
Yeah, so she pulled out to pass him.
But I mean, she went around him, right? So
He was hugging the double yellow line to take a left. She went in on the inside of him to try and pass him.
Oh, to the right of him.
So she was on the shoulder, then, passing on the shoulder, which is still illegal. So
Actually,
he was making a left across the double yellow
line to pass him. You're correct.
Yeah.
There's no way this works out that it's not illegal.
Either way, she crossed the solid line, which is illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. She crossed. He was taking a left, and she went inside him. She
It was
definitely
either yellow or white.
And she's like,
Either
"What
way,
the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, we have a police officer here, so he knows the thing.
Former.
Thankfully,
Hey, you still know the laws, Brian. You lived it for a long time, so you know the deal.
Thankfully, it was a relatively low speed collision. He's banged up and had to go see a hand specialist in his primary care physician, and he had to go back to the hand specialist in 6 weeks after.
Oh damn, baller!
Oh damn,
baller, man.
Lee. I'm so sorry. Jeez,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
My God.
Wow. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shut up now. That's
Um,
awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday on stream. I didn't know it was on a motorcycle. Wow.
I had a similar story, but it was many, many years ago. But that sucks, man. I had a buddy, very similar story to that. That's rough, man. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't really cover that because that's.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't have to see it because that is. Yeah. It's.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you got something good in your glass, man.
Stream last night. He said it was a coworker.
Yeah. That's rough.
Toasty Malone knows him too, evidently.
Ugh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring back some memories here. I had to kind of pause for a second. What are we? I don't even know what we're talking about here, Jim.
Start seeing motorcycles.
Completely lost.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Open your eyes and just pay attention.
Yep. Keep your head on a swivel on a bike.
Just banged up, but
Oh, you should have your head on a swivel in a car too.
yeah.
I mean,
These days, so many idiots on the road. It's terrible.
well, that's why I quit riding because that buddy I'm talking about that died. Like that was like I saw it happen firsthand. So
Watch out for cagers.
like, yeah.
If it's not going to rain, I usually ride my bike to the office. It's like an 8-mile commute, 9-mile commute. It's so much better on gas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're great. I mean, they're a ton of fun. It's just that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
One of my wife's family friends
Oh, God.
wrecked on a motorcycle. He was 17 years old and he died on his motorcycle. Back in the
Norseman,
day.
what's up, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I'm out in the country here, so we have country roads with trees or corn down both sides. And if you're riding and a deer jumps out, I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing you can do.
I mean, even if you go into the field, the corn will beat you to death. Like it's. I mean, honestly, like I've seen it happen. I mean, it's the same way here. Like where I live, I mean, people have been in cars have been killed by cornfields. Like especially like if they have ears of corn on them, they will go through the windshield if you're going fast enough. Yeah, it beats you. I mean, it's.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, just if you're on a bike and a deer runs out in front of you, there's literally nothing you can do.
Even I mean, even a car, it's not a good time.
No,
No.
I think Jason Busey is the exception to the rule because he hit a deer and lived. That's because he's a mountain man.
Yeah. Yeah, an officer I worked with, not a motor officer, but just an officer riding to work one morning, a deer jumped across and hit him in the head and killed him.
Oh. Deer are so stupid.
Yeah, they are. Especially
Be careful,
rut
baller. Be careful, baller.
when the bucks are chasing the does and they're just running all over the place. They don't look for nothing.
Or if something scares them and they take off, it doesn't matter what's in their path.
Yeah, be careful there, Leah, right?
I mean, and during rut, like males just don't, they just
They
do
got
not
one
pay
thing on their
attention
mind.
to anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen them. They'll stand in the middle of the row with their nose up, just like, where is she? And they have no concept of what's around them. And if you hit a full-size buck, that will ruin your life. That could be the last day on earth right there. They will go through your windshield, and that's it.
Yep.
They're just like the perfect height where you just clip their legs and then just go right over the hood, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's why when I got my driver's license,
be careful.
Yeah,
agent
hydrate,
told us
brother.
if you're gonna hit a deer, and they told us in the police academy, you brake until right before impact, then lift up so the front end of the car comes up, so it takes the grill and doesn't ride the hood.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Or drive a high-rise vehicle like an SUV. So
Yeah, that'd work unless
I've
you're
hit
in moose country.
three. Yeah. Well, yeah. Hit 3 deers in my truck. One of them on the Pennsylvania Turnpike was horrible.
Yeah, one of the most of the people up here at pickups put the brush guards on the front, just for deer.
Yep, the deer guards.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this was 2 months, a month ago, I guess, when we went down to Alabama. We nearly clipped, I couldn't tell if it was a doe or a buck. I mean, because, it was early in the season. So either way, it was a good sized deer. And like, I just barely missed her butt. Like it, and I had to swerve. Thankfully, there was no one in the oncoming lane. But yeah, we just barely missed her, inches. Yeah.
Yep.
When I had my motorcycle,
once you
one
get around,
jumped over and kicked me in the helmet.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was on a 4-lane once and a deer ran out.
Needed a new pair of drawers when I got home.
Oh, my God. Right.
I just remember
Jumped over.
we were on a 4-lane. I was in the right-hand lane, and the deer ran out. I missed it, but the truck in the left-hand lane hit it, and all of a sudden I saw fragments of bone just fly across my windshield. I mean, I didn't hit it, but the one that was right next to me hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, when you're going 60, 70, it's like a bomb going off. I mean, it's just, it's.
Yeah, my sister hit a deer in my mother's sub several years ago in the left lane of a 3-lane highway, just bounded out. Flat the nose of the sub, bounced off the windshield and over the back of the car. The car behind her had to dodge it, and now it's just a flying corpse.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get over to the shoulder on the right, and the guy in the middle lane's like, oh, gawking at her. He's like, you move, you bonehead. Hello.
Well, I feel like we should change subject, fellas.
I agree.
Viewers are just dropping off like flies.
Sorry about that.
We've lost 10 in the last 10, 15 minutes. Anyway, Norseman. So Norseman got his hands on a turkey Voyager today. Very good stuff there, man. There you go.
There you go.
Jim popping the driftless Glen there. One more time for the solo. There you go.
Yeah, this is just a regular show for it.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the first driftless I ever had, and it was good.
Yeah, it's solid.
Ends up that death by deer is not a popular topic on YouTube.
Sorry, John.
Oh well, what can you do? But anyway, just to recap, folks. So for those of you that missed it earlier, OJ for Hire in the house. What's up, buddy? Another Patreon there. Appreciate it, brother. So from first to last, I'll see if I can remember the order. I think I got it. So last place again for those that missed earlier. Pikeville, surprisingly coming in last place, 5th place there. And then this is the just for fun bottle through the Wild Turkey 101 in that came in fourth. Of course, not officially in the bracket, but just to prove that is a killer bottle. And then Knob Creek Rye coming in third place right there. And then this is the order from there. Rare Breed coming in second, and then the very budget friendly Silver Springs Sweet Rye coming in first in this bracket. So for those of you that missed it earlier,
Is that a 115 Knob Creek store pick?
Yeah, again, 115. Yeah.
Have you had the cast strength rise, the 2009,
I
2010?
have not. I wasn't real big into rye when I first got into bourbon. I was kind of just bourbon for 3 or 4 years, and then I just kind of started getting into rye maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Is the Silver Spring a higher rye mash bill, or is it still just like 50 something? I
don't know, because it's
Pikesville and 101 are like 51%, are they not?
So it's clearly sourced wherever it says distilled in Kentucky. So where it's sourced from, don't know. But because it's distilled in Kentucky, but then it's bottled in Chattanooga. So
I actually might have an answer for you. I just Googled it, and according to this article on bourbon culture, it looks like it should be on the label. It's 65 rye.
So, Sean, this is a pick that's older than the one I sent you.
20 malted barley.
Oh, hot damn. And actually, Jim is right. In very small print on the front, Jim's right. So actually, there's a high malt content, which I like. So it's 65 rye, 15 corn, and then 20% malted barley. Yeah, and I dig it. It's good stuff.
What's a rare breed? Do you know? Is that also fairly legal?
I think that was 51.
Yeah. I think all the turkey ryes are barely legals. Yeah.
So you got the mash bill. Does it say where the Silver Springs is distilled, though?
He said Kentucky.
Yeah, we saw Kentucky, but it doesn't say.
Jim, you got any info on that?
Well, according to the Bourbon Culture article, the mash bill lined up perfectly with Old Forester's Normandy rye whiskey recipe.
Oh, so it's like a cast strength Old Forester, which makes sense why it would win.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the 100 proof Old Forester is one of my favorite budgets. So yeah.
What is the proof on that one, Sean?
This is, I don't want to misquote. Let's see, where's the proof point on this guy? It's not on the front, which is interesting. Okay, here we go. On the side, I saw actually only 111, which seems really low for if it is Old Forester.
It might be Old Forester. It might be Woodford Reserve rye. That's also their mash bill, or one of them.
Okay.
Well, it's the rye mash bill. So it's probably one
I
of
never
those.
had a Woodford rye.
Yeah, because those Old Foresters are usually around the 130 range.
I mean, the barrel proof, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Never had one of those either.
I've only had samples, and they were amazing. But I've never.
I had a sample from Whiskey Food due to the barrel proof rye. Holy crap, was that good?
Yeah, man. Also, Commandante Luge, cheers, brother. Appreciate you, man. Another Patreon there. Appreciate you showing up, brother. Also, what do you got in the glass if you are drinking anything? Both you, OJ and Commandante, and all of you that have kind of rolled in here recently.
I switched over to this.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the first rye I got. Was that?
That is a great rye.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
it didn't do well in our blind, but I do like that rye.
Yeah, I got that along with the whiskey and the bourbon from Big Six. I think somebody had won them, and I forget who won them. Passed them along.
Was it from Ed's? Was it from Ed's stream?
No, it was like over a year ago.
Oh,
that was over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Probably
James
about this
Morgan
time
got
last
a
year.
question for us here. We had a new Tennessee whiskey drop in the UK called Leaper's Fork and the bourbon version. Any try it? Anyone?
Never heard of it.
Leaper's
The
Fork.
name sounds familiar. I never had it.
So
Heard of
Jim,
it,
since you're drinking the standard driftless,
for that next
this
round.
is the first driftless I ever had. Just look at the batch number on that. I kept this empty bottle.
That's cool.
That's
That's
one.
one. Neat.
This is the very first batch of driftless rye.
Very
Bottled by
nice.
Max. Very nice.
This is probably about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the first rye I ever had.
They're still a little.
But yeah, I got hooked on rye as soon as I tried that.
I'd say, man. Yeah, I mean, driftless. I mean, they're just kind of becoming well known the last year or two. But man, are they putting out some just killer stuff?
Mhm.
So that's funny to me, John. Of course, you're more up that way, like around there.
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours from there.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff though. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the cast strength portion of the bracket, which is we're 2 brackets away. Of course, I mean, I guess a lot of these are technically cast strength, but the higher cast strengths, I should say, because that's really where my favorite ryes are. So it'll be fun to get into those. I won't be getting it until I hear a good review. It seems unknown. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, James, and looks like no one on panel is either, and no one in chat. So,
Oh, Lieberswork, yeah, they're in Nashville.
oh, okay,
As I was a member of the group Bourbon Blind, they're kind of silent right now, their channel, but yeah, they did a meetup there a few years ago. It's a newer distillery.
I remember Bourbon Blind. He hasn't put anything in a long time.
No, they've just been too busy. They shut their Patreon down, and it was one of the first bourbon channels I got into.
Yeah, I noticed that they kind of
So,
dropped off.
Sean, you said your favorite are cast strength before you get there. Like, do you have one that you think is your favorite before blinding them all?
Trying to remember what's in that bracket.
No, not in the bracket. Just like overall, like what's your favorite cast like rye?
Okay, so it's not in the bracket, but that still Austin is amazing. That I just got that last week, but
Do you like the New Riff malted rye?
yeah. So that's going to be next, probably sometime this week. That'll be doing that one, and I forget what else is in that bracket. But so that driftless that John sent me, like. Now, granted, like I said to John earlier, it's not really fair to it because there's like less than an inch of whiskey left in that bottle. But man, especially the first half of that bottle was some of my favorite rye I've ever had. I've kind of let it sit for a while, and so there's been a lot of air in it for probably too long. Balcones is also in that as well. That's another fantastic rye. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye is in that battle as well. I mean, really, it's probably 4 of my favorite ryes are in that.
I want to see what this one's like. I'm gonna open this one now.
Oh, the hard
Hard
truth.
truth.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Malted rye.
I mean, you go Balcones, Driftless, and Jack Daniels. I mean, you can't go wrong with those 3.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean that bracket really is already like the winners table anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of an unfair. Like I put them together by proof point, kind of to make it fair. But really, the final 4 would probably just be that bracket. If it weren't for the way we're doing things, more like a March Madness kind of style. But yeah, I mean those are.
Oh, you don't have Bill Forrester though, right?
I do not. I've only had samples of it, and it was fantastic. Every time I've seen a bottle, it's been just ridiculous prices. So
Yeah, I mean, I had the 1 ounce sample. It was hot, but it was just amazing.
yeah, I mean all the old Forester barrel proofs are really, really hot, but
Yeah.
man, so I forget who sent me the one sample, but I've had 2 different samples, but the one was just killer. The other one was good. It was very good, but the one was just absolutely like top 3 ryes I've ever had.
Yeah, I got mine from Paul Whiskey Food Dude.
Oh, Stellum is the other one that's in that category.
Okay.
Another great rye. You had to remind myself what's in this. So obviously the Silver Springs is one of my favorites. I think it could really compete in that bracket 5. Bracket 4, the New Riff is really great, as is the Russells. The Pursuit is good, as is the Willet, but I imagine the next one we do, which is bracket 4, I imagine New Riff and Russells move on, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then of bracket 5, man, it's going to be between Driftless, Balcones, and the JD. I don't think Stellum really has a chance. It's good as that, and Stellum is a really good rye. I mean, Stellum does a hell of a rye, but when you're up against those three, those three are just such hitters.
And the Balcones is going to stick out like a sore thumb as well.
Are they all close in proof?
Stellum is the lowest. So,
jeez.
Stellum is. If I can get my chair back up here, I hate
hard truth in there.
They put their print so small. Stellum is 116.24. Now, for reference, comparatively,
Jack Daniels is 128, 130.
So the Balcones is 130.8, and then the JD is pretty close to that.
Yeah, they're all different, but
JD is 130.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. The JD is 136.2.
Yeah.
And the thing with bracket 5, all 4 of those, they're going to have completely different taste profiles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're each going to stick out. You're going to know what you're drinking.
Yeah, totally different distilleries. No one is sourcing from anybody else. That's going to be a really cool bracket. But, it's almost unfair for Stellum. Now, who knows? When we do it blind, maybe Stellum pulls out a win. It's hard to say. But, I imagine it's as much as I love the Driftless, just based on, how much I've drank of each of them, I really wish I had a fresh bottle of Driftless to put up against it, because I think that would do much better. But that said, I think it's going to be the Balcones and the JD that take it, because those are just monster ryes. It's almost unfair how good those two are. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, but I can't wait to get to that bracket. It's going to be fun.
Have you had hard truth? There's no hard truth in any of those brackets there.
So I don't know what the price range in your area is, Mark, but around here they're 90 to 100. Is that?
Yeah, they're like 80. Well, I think that's more than what these are. I mean, the regular release was like 70, which isn't cheap when I got that one. But I think the malted ones and the chocolate malt and I know caramel I never saw. Those are more like 80, I think.
I think that's what I saw. I think I saw the malted at Total Wine, and it was I think it was right at 90. I think it was 89.99.
It's a lot of ethanol to start with. I just popped it, but I'll let it sit.
Yeah. I've heard really good things about them, though.
I mean, the Hard Truth Rye, the original breast sweet mash one, it was really good. Brian took it from me.
There's Lou throwing up the Patreon again. For anyone that does want to join, there you go. Appreciate you, Lou. Thanks, buddy. We're always trying to build a community over there on Patreon. And again, even though no one came up tonight, but Patrons, you get the first hour typically. So Patrons, go ahead, Mark. You were gonna say?
I was just answering William Hall. I got the Fibonacci. It was at Benny's for $100. It's decent. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a rye. It's an interesting story. Whatever. It's a blended rye.
So, but the question is, worth $100?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I like it.
Okay.
Have it. It's over there. Well, it's probably behind me now. I don't know where it's at.
I will point out, Will, he doesn't seem really enthused about it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you enjoy it and it really doesn't matter to you what it costs, then I think it's fine.
Yeah. That's not even true. We can admire that instead of sourcing and appreciate it for what it does mean. We pay for it. Yeah. You guys, so real quick, I actually kind of want to go around the horn since we're talking all rye tonight. Just off the top of your head, let's go around. What's your favorite rye off the top of your head? Whoever, just throw your hand up. Because so, John, if you're not ready, then whatever the case. But if,
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, for standard rye, I mean, I have to do JD barrel proof at the top of the list. But my thing is, I literally, rightly or wrongly, I base every rye off of what driftless tastes like.
Yeah.
That's my baseline, because that's local here, and it's probably, besides JD, the best rye I've had.
Yeah, I mean, even with me being somewhat disappointed with the current release, it's still a hell of a rye. It's not the special release, but I mean, the special release was special.
Let's see, I'm still on that bottle. I haven't tried one of the new ones yet.
Okay, yeah.
I still have my special release.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the limousines, John.
Well, I mean, that's close, but
Yeah, the
that's
limousine rye.
sourced
I don't know,
and
it's hard
finished.
to-
That's
Yeah.
sourced and finished as well.
yeah.
True. Brian, do you
I
have a
love
favorite?
me some Lindsay now.
I have two. The Sagamore cast strength rye that I had, I think it was the original one at like 112, was freaking phenomenal. And then I recently picked up this single barrel rye, not
Oh,
the cast strength, but it's the 47, picked by Lexi Phillips, the assistant distiller. This one was freaking phenomenal.
Cool, man. Mark,
Yes.
favorite rye? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't like line them up that way in my head. I mean,
Okay.
I like the sweet mash. The Hartree sweet mash rye is really good. That malted rye, that New Riff malted rye, was like strawberry candy. It's just delicious.
Yeah.
The old Dragon Bones for the high proof and the age of it is also a really good rye. I'm certainly not widely available, but I mean, yeah, they're all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
The Rocket Top, the Rocket Top, the Redwood Empire Rocket Top one, that bottled and bond rye is really good. Any of those 95.5 MGPs, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, on the new riff, I believe when I reviewed that, I called it a strawberry filled donut. Yeah, it's just it's so sweet but like in a good way, not like a gross, overwhelming sweetness. It's just it's a well balanced. It's a really cool rye.
It was grandma's strawberry candy things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, the ones that have like kind of that jelly stuff inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Jim,
Yep.
what do you got for us, man?
Man, that's tough. I have a lot of ryes. I've had a lot of ryes. But I know immediately the two that jump out for me. I know, again, I mentioned earlier, that old Orville 114 is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Easily one of the best ryes I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'd say the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye, except I've had samples of the 2020 release, and I have a bottle of the newer stuff. The newer stuff is just hotter than hell. That's so fun.
Dusty Dan's pick is a really good Sagamore rye.
Yeah.
Well, I have a sample that I haven't cracked open yet.
The first one that the three Sagamigos that him, Jason, and Scott did, that was good.
Yeah.
The pork finish is just phenomenal.
Well, Baller always upping the ante here. Has some lock, stock, and barrel 20 years. I would imagine that is really good, Baller. Yeah, I have to imagine that's pretty damn good.
Okay, this is going bougie and it's almost gone, but this is the first Mash and Journey 4 gate. It's an 8-year toasted rye.
Oh yeah, man.
This is the little marshmallows, and it's so good.
Let me give you a solo there, John.
Oh.
I'm a little slow, but yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's just amazing. I got a lot of 4 bottles sitting here now.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I don't know what I have beside me. Probably
Well, Balboa's good too.
40-ish bottles. I need to build more shelves.
I just got to move them back to their boxes as I pull them out on streams, and then I put them on the floor.
Yeah, I hear you. So
I mean, seagrass. No, you not mentioned seagrass in terms of rye. So finished rye.
Mhm.
It's just
yeah,
also like
so
a sweet candy thing.
I almost thought about putting that in, and then I decided I was not going to do any finished ryes in this bracket.
Yeah, that's
But
probably a good idea.
if I had included finished ryes, it certainly would have been in here and would have done really well because I love that rye.
Since I haven't got a bottle of it, the sample of the Powers Irish Rye that Jim sent me in a blind,
Yeah,
that stuff is good.
good, but it's its own animal, really.
There you go. So William Hall has a whole list of ryes: Nightside Rye, East Taylor Rye, KC 120, and Balboa Rye. I mean, all those some hitters there. And Bobby here. Anyone want to guess what my favorite rye is? Corbin Cash. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you turn around the Smorbid Smash.
Yeah, I mean,
the
so,
company that should hire you for their spokesman.
I'm telling you.
Ambassador.
Yeah, if we're disregarding price, the Corbin Cash 8-year is it's between the 6 and the 8. It's kind of depends on the mood I'm in. If I want something really unique, it's the 8-year. If I want something just more easy to drink, I guess, although it's not really the right word, but something more just chill than the 6-year. But either way, it's Corbin Cash. Like, I think it's the most unique rye on the market and just really excellent. Wow, Jim's really getting into the.
Well, I was at a Purple Munch Rye. I know I said the old 114 is my favorite. This will run for its money, but this is a single barrel store pick, so it's not really fair competition.
When they were the 4-year MGP barrels, they were amazing.
ADHD did a good rare character rye that was a Kentucky rye, evidently from Bardstown. That was the really good one too.
Yeah, man.
The ADHD fishing bottle.
Here's another one. This is another local Wisconsin distillery.
I think Brian had that.
Yeah, Great Northern. Man,
Yeah.
these guys do such good stuff.
Yeah,
That's another local one. I'll have to get samples to you, Sean.
Is that a Wisconsin standard bottle? Does it have thumbprints like Driftless
No,
too?
it's
Looks
the
like a
same
Driftless.
bottle, but yeah, there's no thumbprints on it.
Thumbprints.
It's definitely the same bottle though. Yeah, they
They
just
do.
Cool.
The rye is really good, and then they do a 4-grain bourbon as well.
So Bowler's saying he really likes the Sagamore stuff. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I've never had the tequila finish, so I can't speak to it, but I've not heard great things about it. But and their port and their cognac finish, both of those, absolutely killer.
The tequila finish one is good if you don't think it as a bourbon and think of it as a tequila.
Okay, fair. That would not do anything for me, but
No.
yeah, I'm not a tequila guy. I've tried it many times, and I can't do it. Jigs, what's up, brother? Hey, I'm wearing a fancy shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me show myself just for Jigs here. Fancy, got a fancy shirt on. Yeah, so you got the fancy. Yeah, it's all fancy.
Do you wear that shirt under a suit?
I never have. I could, I suppose, but
that shirt would need a like Hank Williams Sr. like sparkly suit.
Yeah, there you go.
And a bolo.
Yeah, bolo tie. You need
Yeah.
bolo tie.
I'm thinking Sean needs a nudie suit.
Yeah, that's the word I was
what
looking
now?
for.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up because Sean's like, what the
That's the Hank Williams suit. He got the name of it.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, there's an Alan Jackson song. He talks about a nudie suit in it.
Oh, okay.
Midnight Montgomery.
I thought
Not talking about your birthday suit.
Oh,
I thought Jim said duty suit. Isn't
no, nudie.
Yeah.
Do you know the song Midnight Montgomery by Alan Jackson?
Not off the top of my head.
It's been a minute, but yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it's
Shredward
like
in the
video.
house. Hell yeah, brother.
So, yeah, he's actually going through the cemetery at midnight to find Hank Williams' grave.
That's a little weird.
Hell yeah, Corbin Cash in the house. Yeah, I gotta save my pennies and get some more 1917 in my life.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, Shred, I cannot wait. That package said it got here today, but it didn't show up. So
Look at that hefty cork right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's got a cork you can wing it
With
somebody.
a coat of arms on it. That's impressive.
Heck yeah, could be used as a weapon.
So the Spring Ranch cork.
Give it a little diddle there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like a big old nipple.
Yeah, if you're in a bar fight, take a Spring Ranch cork with you.
You're not wrong.
or
Fray
the
Ranch
old,
bottle is-
also
that's a
the
weapon.
old Bardstown. The old
Yeah.
they're not
Fray
putting them
Ranch,
out anymore.
that cork can hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Jigs, you know,
I
Sharp
think it was about
corners
a
on
half a
it.
people
pound,
have
dude.
to get some Corbin cats.
Seriously.
What do we got there, Jim?
I'm just, it's the Fray Ranch.
The Fray Ranch, yeah. That thing is hefty.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, you put a couple of those in a tube stock, and you got a heck of a weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
that means that the bottle itself's got some pretty good heft.
So Lou, did you have? Because Commandante Lou's talking about. Did you have cast strength right Northern?
Also, William Hall talking about Traverse City. Yeah, they put out some good stuff, man.
Grand Traverse Distillery made a good ride too. They had some samples at there was a booth at Porcelain Park last year from Grand Traverse, not Traverse City, but Grand Traverse Distillery.
Wasn't that the one that the Junkies
Yeah.
just did a fundraiser because their master distiller passed away?
Yeah, a
Was
few months ago,
Traverse?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, they had a booth at Pours last year. They
Somebody
had some good
popped
stuff.
up and then disappeared immediately. I don't know who that was, but cheers, Willow, and also cheers, Dan. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Dan, cheers, Dan.
It's a shirt, not a Kevlar vest. You just wear. I mean, why would I be wearing a Kevlar vest during? I mean, I could go like the 50-cent route and just wear it all the time, but
I don't recommend that. They're very uncomfortable for long
they
periods
are.
of time, and
That's a
and
fact.
talk about the heat that you were holding in. They hold a lot of heat.
They always chafe under my arms right here because they're always
Yeah.
too tight right here. So like you just get this rash going on, which is uncomfortable. Yeah. Anyway, maybe I wasn't wearing it proper. I don't know. Anyway, I always had issues like with my underarms. It was not fun. What a guy got to do to get some. You know what, Jake? You're right. We need to solve this problem, this dilemma we're having. Jim, actually, while I have you, I know I owe you the bottle of.
Yeah, I was gonna message you about that.
So
and I know you were busy, had stuff going on. I totally get it.
So I owe you the bottle, the single barrel of 1792. Do I owe you anything else?
I thought it was I thought that was an old foe.
Oh, is that what? Oh, that's what I owe you. Okay, I couldn't remember. I have them all boxed up. I just need to get them out.
I don't think you owe me anything else.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
But,
Lou, let me know sometime, and I've got a bunch of the cast strength picks from Great Northern, so be happy to pass some samples along.
Nice.
Oh, so Jig's got the K Luke as well.
Nice, man.
Jigs, would love to hear what you think about that, man. A lot of people are getting that, so yeah, I'm curious. What are you talking about, Commandante? It was 1 year ago. Had delivered. Wait, I didn't
We
go.
talk
far enough.
about Great Northern Distillery up here.
Oh, Great Northern. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's good stuff.
The clue game.
Yeah, Brian had a few samples of Great Northern.
For sure,
It wasn't
Bobby.
a bad one in the batch.
No,
Yeah, Fray Ranch and the Horse Soldier, the upper end bottles from Horse Soldier. Yeah, they can.
The Colonel Mustard, the Fray Ranch copper.
For sure,
Yep.
man. So Shred has
Colonel
that
Mustard with the Fray Ranch bottle
1970,
in
man.
the
It's been
study.
too long since I've had any of that.
Man. So, I mean, first pour of the night, I just ate a bunch of ribs. It's pretty fantastic, man.
I'd say after some ribs, that's it's going pretty
Yeah.
well.
It's hot. I mean, it's not an easy sipper to like start off with. I was thinking about. I haven't.
Is that first pour of the day?
first pour of the day? Well, I had a beer when I was grilling. You have to have a beer when you're grilling.
Well, yeah, it's
un-Ameri-
the law, I think.
I'm not a communist. Yeah, so,
That's right. We appreciate that.
yeah. Come on.
America.
He only
All right.
he only lives in the communist state. He is not.
That's
one.
true. Yeah. Exactly, Brian. Exactly.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
I've been to America a couple of times. It's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Cheers, Roscoe. What's up, buddy?
Is Big Mike in the pod with the pedal?
hey Lou, I got your email. Thanks.
Man, nice. Wild Turkey 13 from 2014.
Oh wow, nice.
That's a hell of a
Holy
score
crap.
there, Jigs.
Nice.
All right.
And an old 101. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Good
Just
stuff.
sitting there, eh?
Getting some old turkeys, man. Yeah.
I killed this one a couple weeks ago that a buddy gave me. This is an '08 Mini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this stuff is good.
That still has the Austin Nichols on it, right?
Yep.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And actually, this may sound funny. I mean, yeah, it was the corn flavor, but it actually, there was taste of cinnamon Red Hots that had gone stale.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was good though.
Yeah. Well, guys, I just realized that I'm hearing a noise over there. I got to go check the plumbing. I'll be right back. You guys, talk about whiskey or
Someone
something.
have an echo?
Amongst yourselves, I'll give you a tablet.
Yeah, you guys have a blast.
Is Brian in charge? Jim in charge?
What
Hopefully,
is going on with
with
whiskey
dog
tubers and
plumbing.
water issues? First Dan last week, now
Yes.
this week.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I think the water
I
inside
don't
his
think
self
I think
might
it's
be
the
accumulating.
whiskey is going to be the flood, not actual water.
No grams. I have an 07 turkey 101. Sick.
So, what else? You honey hole 2016 turkey?
Maybe get a 2016 101. Yeah, sure, grab it.
Yeah, I would. Any of the ones that have a paper label on it, I would grab them.
Yeah, let me see what I have an 81 proof rye from like
Yeah.
Pouring a little Weller.
10 or
It's
something.
a little low.
That
Maybe
looks
I'll
like a
kill it
live wire
on
bottle.
Bourbon Nia. I'll kill it on Bourbon Nia Strike stream on Sunday night. Since
Those
Looks
Just,
like a live
special
wire bottle,
reserve?
Brian.
Is that a special
well,
reserve
Nia's like
price?
filling in for them, so
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll have to give him the bottle
It's a
kill.
black label special reserve.
Yeah, what's up with that? Black label special reserve?
It's just my lighting, Jim.
That's what
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost
Is anybody
cracked this
going tomorrow
tonight,
night
but
though?
I might do it.
That is a good question, John. I think Ben is considering trying to do something. I kind of suspect he's not going to. If he doesn't, I might.
Okay.
Sad day, John. I've only got
Oh man.
The wild turkey was my very first legal shot.
Hey Norseman, I had a pour of a 95 handle of turkey that was really good, and then an 81 decanter.
Sick.
Wow.
The pour of the 81 decanter was at a bottle share, and that was really good.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I mean the handle from 95 still had the old Austin Nichols label on it.
I
I
can't
said
tell.
people get so lucky finding bottles at sales.
This is
Oh,
only
there you
the-
go.
Wow.
This is only
Wow.
the 8. I've not cracked this.
Hmm.
It's only the 81 proof, but I found it the other day for like $25.
Still,
What's
though.
it say at the bottom?
Hell yeah.
I can't.
Rye whiskey. Is that what it says in the green box? It says rye whiskey.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
In
straight
case you
rye.
didn't know.
I mean,
love
it's,
Didn't they put
Yeah.
like real Kentucky or something on the?
I'm just wondering what you get it from, because I have a bottle that was pretty much exactly like that,
I can't even.
unopened.
I don't know if there's a laser coat on this thing or not.
It
I
should,
just like always, if you look on the bottom left of the front label, they always put the real Kentucky.
Yeah,
Should
yeah.
have
If I only knew when I turned 21, I should have bought all the wild turkeys.
Shred, while I
Because
got
that
you
was
soloed.
96.
No, I
Yeah.
guess it's not. I thought that was a Jaguar behind you, but it's not, is it? What is it?
No, this I just picked it up. Hang on a sec.
that was like.
What is this guy? That's a Gibson headstock, isn't it? Or am I wrong on that
I'm gonna
too?
Put the ears
You
back
can't hear you with his headbuds.
Oh, yeah.
Hear shit.
Is that
Yeah,
is that
dude,
a
it's
is that a
a-
Gibson
It
headstock I'm
is.
seeing there? Okay, I thought so.
It's
Yeah.
a Gibson RD
Wow.
from
RD.
1978.
Hmm.
It's a giant slab of wood, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
This,
Oh, it's a lethal weapon right there.
yeah, dude. This thing weighs about 11 pounds, I think.
Wow.
Dude, I
love
got a deal on this today. I just,
Man, look
I
at
could
those
not pass it
pickups,
up,
man.
man.
Look at that gold. That's so sexy.
dude, yeah, it's all original except for the bridge pickup, 1978. Fucking,
That's good.
The
stuff.
rest of them got smashed on stage at one time or another.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the headstock is so sick though, man.
Man, that is a
Yeah, man, that's
cool
nice.
headstock, man.
Gold tuners and
The
shit.
top of it
beautiful.
looks like a mustache.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A handlebar guitar.
So,
Yeah.
just curious, Shred. I know this is not a guitar stream, but so like, what are your future uses for that guitar? Like, what are your plans as far as like playing style wise? Like, what are you gonna do with that guy?
probably tune it to my band's tuning, which is super low. See how it sounds? I mean, shit, man, it sounds crazy. It's got so much sustain just because it's a giant surfboard of a piece of wood, you know?
Sure, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Jimmy, boom. Cheers, and thank you for sending the audience over here.
Hey, Andy.
It's
Hey, great shot.
Great.
That's some great shots here too. So
Yep. Cheers, Dan.
Great shot in the house as well. Look at all you fantastic people. Yeah,
he's
but
gonna be roasting today.
oh yeah, but cool, man. Yeah, that's a cool pickup, man. That's some history right there.
I found the only one I could find. I found one online. Is in a little bit better shape than this one. Yeah, right. The only one I could find online is selling for like $4,000, and I got it for less than half that. So I'm pretty stoked.
Very
Wow.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you again, Amy. Appreciate that. Simmons and Wilderness Trail as an NDP for UK with a different mash than normal. Long story, good result. Okay, cool, man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wilderness Trail's good stuff.
Yeah.
The Wilderness Trail's got some good rye picks as well. You're talking about Wilderness Trail rye.
Bourbon or the rye there, James? Because I kind of like the rye. It didn't do well in our blind, but on its own, I like the rye. Oh, there you go. Gonna be heading to Colorado for a few weeks. Good stuff, man. Cheers, Mark. So for those of you that noticed, I don't have the massive mic that I normally have in front of me.
I can't believe I didn't think of this one earlier.
Nice.
Heck yeah, man.
This is that mash and journey, the Tom Sawyer's Mean Rye. This is a freaking monster.
Damn it,
Nice.
Jim.
Yeah.
And I had to get this, but just because I'm a Rush fan. But this is a monster rye.
For sure. So for those of you that did notice that I'm not using my massive mic, it's over there. So this is what happened to my micro USB. Didn't even know that this could happen, but apparently my dog officially broke it. I don't know if he's going to come in on the. Let me sell myself here. So
Did it?
So the connection part just completely snapped off my micro USB. That's it there. That's the part that goes in. Yeah, it's just it's just trash now. So
I've had it happen to wires on the bottom of a cell phone. You plug in the dope on that same spot, that micro USB metal part just comes off the wire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My chunky
got smaller.
Your dog did it, you said?
for-
Yeah, so this is my good mic right
How did
here.
you not swallow it?
No. So what happened is, so my dog, he's an American Pit Bull Terrier, and he has a massive head, and it gets caught on everything. So 2 different nights, he caught my wire and just yanked it out of the back of the mic. After the second time, I wrapped it around this thing like 20 times so he couldn't do that. But yeah, that happened twice, and apparently that kind of messed up my wire. So I got to get another one so I get back to my good mic, because this mic is amazing. It's just that I hope the connection back on this side is good still. We'll see. But anyway.
It's the classic dog. I'm oblivious to everything below the neck syndrome.
Hey, yeah, well, I definitely need to. I guess I do have your number. I feel like we did the exchange this one night. I was not sober. Gotta keep that dog from streaming. Yeah, for sure.
Seems to be a theme.
Also, Chris Jenkins, cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man. Also, all of you folks that just kind of popping in now, let us know what you're sipping on, if anything, and how you're enjoying it, all that good stuff. Yeah, but Will, I definitely need to call you and just get a better setup, because I suck at technology. So
that's why I just use my tablet, because I wouldn't be able to set up anything if I had it.
yeah, I'm just happy I had this backup mic.
Cold.
So for those of you that are drinking with us, of course, the theme of the night is rye. But I think I'm about to switch, because I've had a lot of rye tonight. Although I'm kind of tempted to, actually, I take that back. I'm going to have one more rye before we get into some bourbon.
I mean, it's still Friday, so you guys take a rye.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just doing all right. I actually just poured this one, which
There you go.
this is a good example of paying a premium for something local. I'm putting local in air quotes here because this is from New York, not Massachusetts. And going, I wish I hadn't done that. It's not bad, but would I pay $65 for this again? No.
Okay. Hey, well, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna dig out a different malted
Throw
hard
that
truth.
one more time there, Jim. Okay, yeah.
Stay at the top above the 77. Drop it a little lower, Jim. Made in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So not worth the 65 is what he's saying.
At 45 or 50, I would have been fine with it. At 65, it's not bad, but you're asking more than it's worth. Now, granted, I bought it
Good
to
one,
kind
Aaron,
of watch that whiskey up, so that didn't help.
That's a good one to join with.
Yeah, heck yeah, Aaron. And cheers, buddy. Yeah. Sagamore DO is a great
There you
bottle.
go.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
are
you
there
mentioned
any,
Massachusetts. I killed this on Dan's stream last night. This is that 3-year-old beaver pond that Jim sent me this single malt.
I gotta find you a bottle of that. Actually,
I got to say, I don't know how to feel about the naming of that bottle.
it's just named that because that's the pond.
That's either a really good pond or a really
I
not
agree.
good pond.
It's
It's got to have a heck of a label on it.
It depends
It's
on the
got-
kind
it's
of
a
beaver
very-
we're talking about.
It's a very fruity single malt for 3 years old. I think at 5 or 6 years, it's going to be something really good.
That's usually how I describe a good beaver.
Did
It's
they
very
use
fruity.
water from the beaver pond to distill it? Because you might get beaver fever.
Water from the beaver pond.
Beaver
Hey,
pond.
Sean,
What a name.
If you want a
Don't
bottle
get
of
beaver
that,
fever.
bottle that for you with a beer cover.
Hey, Sean, I need to summon the help of a turkey expert. I was able to decipher the laser code on this old ass.
Hang on a second.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I got here. I'll throw it up here.
You know, if Ben were here,
Jim's on
would
it.
know,
Hang on,
would know
hang on.
right off the
Hang
bat.
on.
Jim's on it.
Yep, Jim's on it now.
Okay.
Jim's on it. All right.
L.
Is that
Put
2002?
it back.
Get it.
I mean,
402?
Put it back. Shred.
No,
Put it back.
back
no, it's
L. Give me 1 second.
4021.
L.
And I don't know. It looks like
4021.
1909. Like they put the time on there. Or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, that's the time.
Yeah. So
FF has to do with where it was bottled or.
yeah, I think it's
run
an
through.
02. That's what it's looking like. Yeah.
02, huh?
According to WildTurkeyLaserCodes.com, and that doesn't make a damn much of sense because I've been
You
Does not exist.
Should it be LL first?
No, there's no way it's 2002, dude. It's been sitting on the shelf in the stores for like 21 years. There's no way, man.
Dude, you'd be surprised.
21, maybe 2021, but it looks like an older label. It's
No,
not
no,
21.
That's
It's
a
an older-
really
yeah.
old label.
It's
Yeah.
pre-20. It's got to be older than 2015.
Is there two L's?
No,
Or
just,
just one.
I really do think it's an 02 shred.
Jesus,
I
where did you find this?
From Wild Turkey LaserCodes.com, 1/21/2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
So grab
So-
mine.
The L4.
So the L4, the 4 is the year because I feel like that's not how they're doing the laser codes now.
Like the 21st day,
They changed it,
021,
though,
21st day and 4.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because like I know that's not how the current laser codes work.
But wouldn't LL be like 2000 in Roman numerals?
No,
I think there's usually two L's to start with.
No, MCM. Never mind. That's
it's like trying to
1900.
read a barcode for sure, Amy.
MM would be Roman numerals.
I'm not up on my Roman numerals.
Well, I need to pour some more whiskey. I know that.
After I left school, I put
I'm gonna
Roman
go off
numerals
screen and
with
put these
Celsius.
away and get them off.
Yeah, but they're like on money and they're like on movie things. So all those
Yeah.
movies that say MCM, XX, whatever, it's 19,
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that much.
1900. Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
now that I
well,
married my wife, if I need anything, I just ask her, and she's my Google.
I'll stop. I feel like I'm getting a Roman numeral lesson.
Has
That doesn't seem
anybody
appropriate at this
watched
point in time.
History of the World Part 1?
We are now armed with Mighty Joint.
That's the one where they said, you are nuts, NVTS nuts. Or they took the Roman
you-
writing off the bill.
Have you looked for work today? Have you tried to work today? We'll see which one of these is a eunuch. The lady goes dancing by the guys with the giant
Yes.
feathers.
He's dead.
Tongue rolls out, hits the ground.
So the rest of you will run with mucus. That's
Pawns, jump, queen.
Burn for Bacon saying
goodbye.
09,
Hello,
possibly.
balls.
Yeah, but
Hey,
Pull.
hard to say.
hey, Shred,
Ah,
Yeah,
Troy from Baker Drinks.
what's the proof on that bottle?
it's an 81.
Okay, so it's no older than 2011.
It's
So
no
it's-
older. Okay.
Because that's when they debuted the 81 Rye.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's probably around the same age as this one that I had.
yeah.
The
That's what I
2013.
was kind of wondering, because if this
Okay.
Austin Nichols
Actually,
label
here,
is 2008,
Guys, hold them both up, and I'll sell you guys back to back. Feels like the same bottle.
It's pretty
yeah.
close. It's
So
the
here's-
same
here's
style label. It's got
Jim's.
You guys have twins.
There's
Yeah, it's
Jim's,
Austin
and then
Nichols.
here's Shreds. Oh well, that's not what I
Oh.
want.
Bye.
My bad. And there's Shreds. Yeah, that looks. I think that's the same bottle. Yeah.
81.
So
yeah.
I'm not sure by the label. Is that a rye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, Mark.
What kind of whiskey are you drinking there?
Yeah,
see, that's what I was wondering. But if this is all
5
and it's still an
times in
Austin
one-
Nichols label,
Yeah, they
That-
did it.
that's not Austin
They
Nichols.
put
is it?
101 pretty big on the old label too. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
the Austin Nichols.
So Troy
Yeah.
from Baker Drink saying, the old whiskey's not good for you, Shred. So you send it his way.
That's not true, Troy. This one I do know. It's from June of 2015, so I put that on the UPC so I wouldn't forget. So this is like the last year they made the old label,
There
apparently.
you go.
Yeah. That makes sense. Thanks, James Morgan.
Aaron,
So-
Aaron Pierce.
The old label, yeah. 2016
Exactly.
is when they started making the
That's a
label
good point,
after
Aaron.
this, and then 2021, I think maybe was the new fancy bottle.
When they switched to the embossed bottle.
But I found a bunch of 2018s the other day, so I swooped those up. They're only $20 each. So
So Jigs is saying it's possibly
2018 's a good year.
2014.
yeah, it might. Yeah, maybe
on.
it is 2014. Okay, that makes sense because of the 4. So that yeah. I'm going. with
Okay,
Jigs.
so
That makes sense. 2014. It didn't sit there for like 2 decades. You know.
if that laser code that you came up with is what's actually on the bottle, so this one's a 2015 because I have the LL/whatever. Yours would have to be 2011 to 2013. So
that makes sense then. Yeah.
Cool, man. Either way, though, that bottle
Either way.
sat on the shelf for like 10 years, though. That's pretty crazy.
yeah,
I think because
Well-
nobody wants 81 proof
Or-
rye.
Hidden in
Hey,
the back. I'm like,
important part-
let's put it out now.
The important part's not the year. The important part is, does it taste fucking good?
That's from what Ben told me. It's amazing, but I don't know. I
I
crack it
really-
Not
open.
open.
Bourbon.
Gotta open it up.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I really like the 81
it's the only way to know.
turkey.
Because
I just
And
went
what does
from,
Ben know anyway, Shredwick?
Yeah, right. It would be
Well-
really hard for me to go from Corbin Cash to the 81.
No, yeah, I wouldn't do
I
that.
can't do that. Like I can't do that to my mouth right now.
I would
It
say
would just be a disappointment.
Yeah, going from Corbin Cash to an 81 proof rye is not fair to the turkey.
Yeah, 123
No, not at
to
all.
81. I don't want to just. Yeah, I have too much respect for the turkey.
You might as well drink that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
if by
man.
Ben you mean bourbon, he would know. I had 3 bottles of this. I killed one. I gave him one, and this is the one I have left. So
No,
he's had
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's
So there you
that
go.
makes sense,
So
yeah.
And
Jigs
it's funny,
has
I don't
some
like
pretty-
the Rare Breed Rye that much. The 101 is okay. This is the best wild turkey rye I've had. This is really good for being an 81 proof rye.
damn it. I almost don't want to open it, man. I'm gonna go try to find another one at that shitty store.
Yep. That's
So
the problem
I
with
just-
Buffalo Trace, Amy. Buffalo Trace is so watery. It's ridiculous.
But Amy, yeah, 81 proof for me is probably drinking Scotch or Irish.
Yeah, I could do a Scotch at 80-ish proof.
I mean, you're going to be 80 to 86 for most of them. So
Yeah.
As long as you start down there and work your way up, if you start at like 50 and try to go down, it isn't going to work.
Which
Start there. You're okay.
hey John, what is the Springbank 10? What's the proof on that? Was it
it's
86?
46, so that'd be 92.
Okay, it's a little bit. Yeah, I noticed it was a bit up there compared to some of the Scotches I've had.
Yeah, unless you get to cast strength, you're either going to be at 40, 43, or 46.
Okay, yeah, I think it's the
For what?
46.
Springbank.
stuff,
So we're talking
Oh.
percent. So
Dude,
Springbank 10 is going to be 92.
Those two, they still have 2 bottles sitting on the shelf at that same store. It's been there for like 3 weeks now.
It is a great
How much do they want for them?
Like 93.
That's what it is right now. So yeah.
I mean, it's not obscene, but
No.
I think it's worth
I mean,
it.
the only Springbank 10 I've seen recently they wanted $140 for.
If they want 93 for them, I'd probably grab them because for the next 3 years you probably won't see them.
Yeah, shit, man, you're right. If I
But
didn't just
I literally went into a store last Christmas and there was one Springbank 10 for $92 and I grabbed it because I'm like, holy shit,
yeah.
there's actually one on the shelf, you know?
There's still, I think I'm going to stop by there tomorrow after I buy this guitar from the guy.
Yeah, as Great Shot points out, I poured a little bit of this guy right here. Yeah, that's still awesome.
Still awesome.
So get in touch with your local Texan and find a way to get that
Local Texan.
Specifically, this guy right here on screen. Although we keep Mark.
Yeah,
really
I'm on this
busy
fashion
already.
journey on the Wilderness Trail.
So Jigs grabbed both those Springbanks.
Shit, man. I mean, it's very
Hell,
tempting. I can't believe no one else has grabbed them.
The problem is, if you want to talk about really, Springbank is the only one that's really being tatered right now.
It depends on how you define catered scotches. You know, Macallan is potentially catered.
But the problem is that newer Macallan is pretty much garbage, though. That
even older Macallan wasn't that good. It's Macallan. It's always been rated.
But I mean, they went freaking $300 some for the newer 18, and freaking Will and Matt were like, it was like drinking sulfur.
Get out of here,
dude. Macallan is the Blantons of Scotch.
There you go. I mean, Glen Alecky, Glen Goyne. I mean, there's so many better sherry scotches out there at such a lower price.
Yeah, man. So who else, like Amy, is pumped for the 21090 cast strength? Still Austin pick? Hell yeah! Cannot wait. I mean, I have a few, as you folks know, but man, I cannot wait for another one.
Yep.
That I hope will be my first.
Yeah,
that'll be my first Still Austin too. So, yep.
I did taste it last year at Pours in the Park. The one I had was awesome.
Yeah,
it might have been a Nancy pick. I don't know.
But
there you go.
never owned a bottle.
That's a good one there,
Yep.
Jim.
Which one was that, Jim?
It's a sherry finish.
Oh, I haven't had the sherry. The port is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had the port. The sherry is.
Compared to the newer batches of Midwinter Nights, the port is so much better at half the price.
Hartruth chocolate malt. I like it. Good stuff.
Man. Yeah, their port is killer. Like it's so damn good.
I mean, you can get that at 75 and not Midwinters is $1.50.
Yeah.
If you can find it. It's so much better than the Midwinter Nights.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with. I mean, you're just doing rye, so you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I don't do this with like any other channels, but if you're not a Patreon of 21090, you should be because they're awesome.
Why don't you wait till after the 210s are released before you start to get more people out there? 'Cause we like
yeah. Let us get them all first.
Let us get a couple bottles first.
Yeah.
Wait about 6 weeks before you join.
No. Evidently, they're gonna have plenty.
Yeah. So don't hit up Mark for the next this Mark, not Mark on screen, Mark.
Don't hit me up at all.
Yeah.
I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I can't help you. I mean, maybe.
The Great Shot's going to be in Colorado.
I'm not that mean. If you got my contact, hit me up.
All right. I'm going to taper down a little bit, and then I'm going to try to move on to the 81 if I...
Oh, you got a paper label 101 right, too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
got a backup of this one.
That's the previous label, 101.
Yep.
This is probably like a 2017 or 18, something like that.
Yeah, I got a little bit of my 2021 left, or 2020.
I think Ben used his Wild Turkey 81 in a blind for a blind battle, and it fucked with everybody.
No shit.
What the hell is that?
That's
no,
crazy,
I mean,
man.
honestly, like, I don't even see it anymore around me, but even the current release, like their 81 rye is a great rye. I mean, it's a great, easy sip.
Massively underrated for what it is.
And it's like $13 or $14. Like, it's stupid cheap. It's so cheap. Yeah. Just killed his Ugadal. Sorry to hear that, Roscoe. Always a bottle you don't want to see go, but yeah, and as Great Shot, I am drinking the cast strength rye thanks to Great Shot. Yeah, and buddy, I am loving this bottle. So Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean, you said the 101 came in 4th place for you tonight?
Yeah, but I mean, there were some hitter bottles in there,
Yeah.
so.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
I was ahead of Pikesville,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It beat Pikesville, so.
even though it was just an add-in because it wasn't really even in your flight, right?
Yeah,
Just threw that in there.
yeah. And actually, it just barely lost to the Knob Creek Rye. I had to go back and forth between those quite a bit, so it was really close to the Knob Creek Rye.
I'd be really curious because I know that Pikesville is like a barely legal rye, but like how
I think
much-
101 is also.
Yeah,
it's got, but it has a little more like spice going on than Pikesville, from what I remember.
and Knob Creek is also a barely legal, right? Am I wrong on that?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Good
You
dig.
should just put some rye in there if you're going to make a rye. Jeez.
Yeah, man. Don't
Silver
half-ass
Springs.
it.
It's my opinion.
Left the upset.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
full rye or go home.
Apparently, I'm just a cheap date because the Silver Springs won it all, and that was the cheapest
right.
of the official bottles in the bracket.
Wow.
How much is it? Like 30 or something?
It's like 40 to 45, depending on where you buy it at. Yeah,
101's less than that.
Well, yeah, but it's not officially in the bracket, so
Okay.
yeah. That's a fun one I like to throw in there because I love that bottle. But yeah, it won the first bracket. Of course, those were all low proofers, so.
Are you going to put them all together once you get at the end of the brackets, like the high proof compare with the low proof or compete with the low proofs or no?
Yeah, so 2 bottles from each bracket are moving on. So bracket 6 and bracket 7 will be the combination of their respective sides. And then we'll have a final 4. And I'm going to throw the 101 in there. I don't know if I'll throw it in the final 4 because I don't think that's even fair to it because it's just, it's going to be going against the best of the best. So there's no way it could do well.
Holy crap, Roscoe. No way.
Of course, there's $2 barrels named Rye. What? Oh, fuck.
$100 a pour? No.
Get bent.
What?
That's asinine.
Yeah.
Some
That's,
people have
that's
no
what the
idea
bottle
that-
cost, doesn't it?
I mean,
I'd buy that. I'd buy the bottle for that.
That's
I
what the
had
bottle
a
should
phenomenal
cost.
sample, but $100, no.
Hey, Rick,
I don't know what I would
Gaming
ever
Pro.
pay $100 a pour for. Just not going to happen. I don't see myself ever.
I've never paid more than I think 40 is the most I've ever paid for a pour.
I think what I had.
And even that
That's
was
more than I
kind of
have.
painful. Yeah.
I haven't even gone to places to do that. Even 25s or 20s to 30. No, I just
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got an old George T. Stag for 40, and I was okay with it. Not really. It was a 2016 Stag, and it was good. I don't know if it was $40 good for a pour, but it was really good. It's
I've never
hard
seen it, but I might do that at the time. If you're out at a bar and trying to get something.
Yeah, I was up in Louisville, and there was a bar that had an older Stag, and there's no way I'm ever gonna get that anywhere else unless somebody on Whiskey Tube had a 2016 GTS. So, so I went for it.
Yeah, I
But,
mean, if it's $30-$40, and if that's the only time you're ever going to try it, I'd say you don't hold it.
Yeah,
There's a place that has a birthday bourbon for like 25 around here, I think. I still haven't pulled the trigger.
Maybe.
it would really depend on which year.
Yeah, I can't remember what year it was.
Yeah, she's talking about 21090.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're gonna kill it. Because
It's not-
for
it's not
most
gonna be an
people, just like you guys are saying, for most people, this is gonna be their first time having access to a Still Austin cast string. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So let me recap, Jigs. I haven't really done. Oh, I put the balls.
Recap.
Yeah, the recap. So silver. Actually, let me grab the 2 winners at least. So this guy and him. So these were our 2 official winners tonight. Well, bumping my mic with my hat. Yeah, so Silver Springs, thank you for the correction there, Will. And let me slow myself for just half a second here so you guys can actually see what I'm throwing up here. So I actually got it wrong the first time around, but Will corrected me. Yeah, so the Silver Springs rye, man, what a great rye for like $40-$45. That was our winner tonight. So it's moving on. And then also Rare Breed, which, you know, if you know me at all, you know I love turkey, so that's not really a surprise either. But yeah, so the thing is, this bottle, though, literally double the price of this around me anyway.
So that's a sweet mash rye, though, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just a sweet
As
rye.
is the hard truth. It's
Yeah.
just sweet rye, but doesn't
Yeah,
say sweet mash, does it?
I don't know if it's a sweet mash. Yeah. It just
That's
says
an
sweet.
That's an odd label, I think. Is there anything else labeled sweet rye?
I would imagine they're saying that because of the high amount of malted barley. It's 20% malted barley.
Is there any definition to sweet rye?
Yeah. So there's nothing about a sweet mash on here, I don't think. Let me just
Cheers, Bill Scott, and thanks for showing up everybody else in chat and on stream with that bottle.
Hey, Bill Scott. Yeah. I don't feel bougie anymore. There you go.
No shit. Those guys who rolled in with it. I got a bottle. No one else has.
Somebody else did comment on that earlier.
So
P.H. Taylor rye.
I almost feel bad even reading this back label because for anyone that's in whiskey, this is just completely stupid. But anyway, from this spring, the most delicious rye whiskey was created with the addition of corn. I mean, okay, that's in most rye mash bills, so fantastic. With the addition of corn in the mash bill, sweet rye was born. Okay, I mean, a descendant of its spicy predecessors.
What the fuck?
Like,
that company probably made a bunch of ryes, and then they just added corn, called it sweet because corn is more sweet.
That's some of the
corn
worst
syrup and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's so not uncommon. Like, I mean, corn is in so many rye mash bills that that's just amusing to me. But they thought it was special, and that's all that matters.
Well, it's 95.5 or 65.20, whatever.
Yeah.
Silver Springs.
But hey, I mean, either way, regardless of the shitty writing on the back, that's a hell of a ride.
See, I see Silver Springs, and I'm thinking Maryland. I'm not thinking Kentucky.
I'm seeing Silver Springs. Springs. I'm thinking Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, but we get copyright strikes for that.
What do you know about Silver Springs in Maryland from Wisconsin, John?
There you go. Yeah.
What's the name of the town? Is it Silver Spring or Silver Springs?
Silver Springs. That's why I'm asking. It's here in Wisconsin. Why do you know Silver Spring, Maryland? There ain't nothing.
Geography. I just.
Heck yeah, great shot.
Is it one of those towns in the middle of the Metroplex? Is it nearby?
It's outside of DC.
The Loop.
It's on the Metro if you ride the Metro.
There you go. That's how he knows it. He rode the Metro.
I do have a friend that I grew up with. He lived in Virginia. He works for the EPA.
My brother-in-law lives in Hagerstown. Actually, my cousin lives in Hagerstown. So does my brother-in-law.
Wow. A WLW pour for 125. Is that what I'm? That's
the range.
Wow.
That is insanity.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Will, because I totally screwed up the order earlier. Yeah, so glad somebody was keeping track of what the hell I was doing.
Somebody's got to be with the guard. It happens to be you, Will. It happens to be you.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, right.
One day I just started running.
Cheers, man.
Jenny.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've had an E.H. Taylor straight rye. It's been quite.
That's one I've never tried.
It's been a never for me.
Yeah, that's never.
I've never had.
I had a bottle.
I'm lucky to.
I had a bottle back before I had a channel, so that was.
It's probably when it was still available on the shelf then.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say available. I mean, things have not been available here in Kentucky, and I mean, not really available for a long time. But it was, you could find it at least.
I remember seeing E.H. Taylor Rye on the shelf, but that was 2015, 2016 before I even started drinking rye.
Yeah.
So when I started drinking rye, it was long gone.
So great shot. Unfortunately, I didn't get this bottle, the Still Austin Cast Strength, until after I'd already put out the bracket. And I didn't want to like throw off everybody's picks, so I didn't include it. But maybe for fun, when we do the final four, maybe once we do the final four, I'll just kind of throw it in just for fun, just to see how it does. Oh yeah, night, Jake. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Captain America, keep us safe. Yeah, for sure. Save us all, Jim. Yeah, I mean, like,
hey, Jim and I are lined up nice. I got the American flag. He's got Captain America. We're lined up.
Hell yeah, America.
There you go. America.
I'm kind of with Dan. Like, I'm just not big on Buffalo Trace's rye.
Does John have whiskey? What?
It's cool, but it's not ever my favorite.
I mean, I've never tried it, but it's not really been like something I'm really looking for either.
Big Dick Energy, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had any Buffalo Trace Rye. I haven't had any E.H. Taylor, period. I have the worst E.H. Taylor FOMO right now. Because I remember, it was like 2016, 2017. It was like grocery store chain that had it just sitting on the shelf because no one was on to it.
I get E.H. Taylor and Elmer that were sitting on the shelf.
I ignored it. Now I'm like, fuck! I could have bought that if I known what it was.
Wow.
15, 16, 17, E.H. Taylor and Elmer were sitting side by side on the shelf.
Hey, Lil in the house. Cheers, Lil. Love you, girl.
And that's when my 3 dailies were Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, Turkey 101, and I could get E.H. Taylor small batch for $40.
So I've had the E.H. Taylor rye. I've never had the cast strength rye. I think there's an E.H. Taylor cast strength virgin rice. I'm not making that up. So I've never had that. I've had of course the Baby Saz, and I've had the Handy. And the Handy was really good.
I hope it was.
Somebody clip that.
Yeah, I mean the thing is,
Handy was good.
It's not. Here's like an actual Handy. It's not as good as the other options. So it's just like it'll do. It's in a pinch, it's better than nothing.
I mean, I've got not much pinch with the Handy. You don't want to get pinched.
Pinch is not a bad thing.
In the end, you still get where you're trying to go, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not really what you'd prefer. So
I'm actually starting to see Baby Saz on the shelf for that.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's around here all the time.
Baby Saz should be free.
I mean, I'm starting to see Buffalo Trace finally here.
I think Baby Saz is one of the most awful budget ryes that exists on the planet. I think it's just absolutely forgettable.
It's named after a drink, but I could name 100 ryes that are better to make a Sazerac with than that.
It's not necessarily named after a drink. It's the same place, and it's a place in Louisiana, right? Sazerac Distillery is where they made the cocktail.
I mean, there's probably better ryes that you could make that drink with.
It certainly is, but I think it kind of came about at the same time. It's not like they named the whiskey after the drink.
So good.
Yeah.
Jigs, honestly, I would do that just so you can have some Corbin Cash, but that's really a bad trade on my part because Corbin Cash is a far better rye. It's not even close.
Wow.
Corbin Cash just stomps the crap out of E.H. Taylor. But I mean, if you had one, I would trade you just because then you have some Corbin Cash. But yeah,
I think that really speaks to how overinflated and overhyped a lot of Buffalo Trace is, because the rye, as I understand it, is one of the hardest outside of the 18-year marriage. It's one of the hardest ones to find in the E.H. Taylor range, but
yeah,
that's just because they don't make much. It's not because it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad rye. I like the E.H. Taylor rye. It's just that it's 100 proof, so it can't do the things that a cast strength rye does. It's not.
No.
It's fine. It's just.
I've got a bottle of Herb Saint and everything here to make a Sazerac, and I think actually Limousine Rye is probably the best Sazerac I've made it on.
Do it with seagrass.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through my seagrass, and it's gotten really fruity.
The Barbarian said that last year or longer ago, he made a seagrasserac. What do you call it? He termed it the seagrasserac. The seagrass in the Sazerac.
I like it.
There you go, Mark. You keep mentioning the seagrass. I gotta pour mine.
Yes,
mine's in the basement, so I'm not going to go get it. But
Right in the middle of the road.
I mean, we're talking about drinks from down there, and then we all need to go hang out with Fred and Doug sometime.
Heck yeah. And Roscoe, you're right,
That'd be
man.
a
I mean,
great weekend.
I just want to go eat down there too. So I've been to New Orleans to eat before.
EHT
Have like
rye
a crab boil
is unfindable in
or a
Kentucky.
crawfish boil at
Ooh, crawfish.
Friday
I
Fred's.
ate at one of Emerald's restaurants before, the crawfish boils too.
Bam.
Yeah.
Either one. I'm up for either
Yeah,
one.
but not.
Willow, I love it. Benchmark
Yeah.
8 is top shelf. Heck yeah.
Just don't go in like this time of year because my ex and I went on our honeymoon in 2001. We went the last week of June in New Orleans,
Ooh.
and it was just freaking miserable. You know, it was 95, 100% humidity, stormed every afternoon.
Yeah, I want to go when it's their coldest season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just love the beers and cocktails to go in a doorway, though, in the French Quarter. You just get a beer and keep walking.
There you go.
Yeah, when I was
Commandante.
like 10, my uncle lived on Bourbon Street.
Is that
but of course,
the
he moved
100
long
or the
before
pit?
I was of age.
Me?
Is that a cast strength pick, Mark?
Is it the cast
Yes,
strength?
it's a
or-
cast strength pick. This is my
Oh, heck
Mexican
yeah,
chocolate.
man.
Only one I got.
Man.
Heck yes.
Yeah, this is Texas funk up front and then just like Hershey's cocoa powder on the back end.
I wasn't planning on having a lot more, but now I might have to. Yeah, I love that bottle. It's so damn good.
I mean, it's 69 months old. How can you go wrong?
Exactly. The perfect age.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that
The
sounds
perfect
great,
age, the
William.
perfect position to be distilled in.
Wah, 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 wah.
69 years old.
The
Months.
sex jokes just keep coming, folks. I'm not. This isn't prepared ahead of time.
Yeah. I just
Well,
poured
if
this.
it's 69 months, that's sexual chocolate then.
That's right.
No. Sexual chocolate or sensual chocolate.
rain.
Sensual chocolate is what they call it. A Maker's Pick. They had a while before that. I don't think I even opened it. Makers, that's not my thing. After
No, I
going
said
through this
sexual
last-
chocolate.
I know. Wasn't that a different pick though?
That's
Wasn't
probably,
that
wasn't that a story
a
time one?
mash and jump? Mash and
Yeah,
maybe.
sexual chocolate is story time.
I thought it was
Yeah.
story time. Wasn't that a driftless or something?
Yeah.
I think that was the bourbon. I
Yeah,
think
it's
that
the bourbon.
was the And Kingslayer, which I have, was the rye.
But this is Mexican chocolate because it's
Kingslayer
like
was a
hot
rye.
peppers,
That's the,
hot peppers and
Yeah,
cocoa
I have
powder.
that one too.
yeah.
Yeah, and cheers to Chris as well. Love you, buddy.
And Vic agrees.
You guys are doing well. My favorite ryes are Kentucky Owl and
Vic
Michter's
is drunk.
Rye. Good stuff, man.
What?
What?
Vic is drunk?
Oh,
Chances
Vic,
are.
he's at Poison of Parks. He should be drunk.
Chances are.
Oh, really?
Sounds about right.
Nice, Candy Road.
Hey, so John, I feel like you were on a stream I was listening to a couple nights ago that you
I was on
mentioned.
Dan's stream last night.
What's that?
I was on Dan's stream last night.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it was then.
Yeah, you were in chat, and I was like, "Oh, thank God he's alive."
So I think I feel like you mentioned then that you might be trying to make it to Bourbon on the Banks.
Since life got turned upside down, so I couldn't go to Pours, and since most of the same people will be at Bourbon in the Banks, I'm kind of looking at that now.
Okay, cool, man.
As was I, actually. But
I mean,
don't know.
let's see. Porston Park was an 8-hour drive. Bourbon on the Banks is 9.5 hours. So
So roughly
if I
the
can,
same.
meet some of the same people.
Yeah.
Banks of what?
Frankfort, Kentucky.
Frankfort, Kentucky. Yep.
Whatever river that is.
Yeah. The bank of a river.
What is it? What river is it, Sean?
I want to say the Kentucky River, but it may not be. I actually don't know.
It could be, but I tried to see.
I
the map
wanted
didn't
to meet
tell
a whole bunch. Cheech said he was coming up, and Jarrell, and I'm like, I can meet Sean and Mark and
Yeah,
Chris and
so-
Will will be there, so that would be great.
And then also Paul Whiskey Food Dude's going to be there. I think David for prescription is probably going to be there.
That would be great. Yes, I mean it's only a 9.5 hour drive, so I'm good with that.
I think,
And then I can bring Kentucky only bottles back home.
yeah, man.
I don't know if I'd say only 9.5 hour drive. That sounds like a long drive, but hey, I'm not trying to discourage you. Go
I
for
had
it.
friends in North Dakota. I've done 12 hours drive. I've done Denver to Milwaukee, which is 14 in one shot. So
Me
Yeah.
and my wife do Florida a couple times a year, and that's roughly 13.
I mean, my ex-wife's
Yeah, when I went to
dad
Tucson,
was
Really?
12 and 12.
What part of Florida, like Miami or something, way down there?
Orlando, Kissimmee area.
Yes, Lil, I'm thinking about
It's
it
like
since I
13
wasn't
hours
able to
from
go
me
to Florida
to
this weekend.
Destin-ish.
Oh,
And you're in
Yeah.
Kentucky,
Yeah.
so it's that much closer. It's weird.
I did
My
Seattle to
ex-wife's
the Bay Area
dad was
one
a
time.
truck driver, so we did long trips pretty much everywhere. I love driving, seeing different parts of the country.
so basically,
John,
you
but
can't
so
have an iron
Yeah.
cut.
a lot
Road
of
trips are
that,
cool.
a lot of that, Mark, is the fact that we're not near any major interstates, so we have to go about an hour either way to get to a major pipeline to go anywhere.
Yeah,
We're in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere, so
I believe it. I am close to a major interstate, so it's easy to get on to. Yeah.
yeah.
Are you near London, Kentucky?
We're about 45 to an hour from London. Yeah, depending on traffic. So like we're right under Lake Cumberland, and that's why there's no roads near us, because they have to go around the lake, and we're like dead
In
center
the
under the
giant
lake.
valley
Yeah,
where the lake filled up when they dammed it, right?
yeah. So so there's not much road-wise, major roads anyway around us.
So if that works out, I can hand deliver all the driftless shots. So.
Hell yeah, man! Yeah, that'd be great, man. I'd love to see you and hang out with the whole crew. Yeah, we're gonna have a great crew at Bourbon.
So I'd pretty much bring a ton of Wisconsin stuff down with me.
Yep. That's
yes.
William Hall said. Bourbon is Kentucky Lake, Kentucky River.
So
I'm planning a business trip.
real quick, because Lil asked, Lil, it's also on Patreon if you want to view it again. But did I close it? Damn it! I closed the window again.
No.
Let me bring it back up here. Yeah, but the whole bracket for all you Patreons actually is on Patreon. It's a few posts down now, but nonetheless, all the brackets and the future brackets, like what those will look like going forward, are there on Patreon. Here we go. That's the thing I want. Close this out. And then window, present. There we go. So here's what the brackets look like one more time for all you Patreons and really everybody. Yeah, so we did bracket 3 tonight. No, I misspoke. We did bracket 2 tonight. Yeah, so bracket 3's done. Bracket 1's done. Bracket 2 we did tonight. I'm going to try and do bracket 4 later this week. And then bracket 5 hopefully Friday. And that will... all the preliminary rounds will be done then, and then we'll go into the kind of semifinals, hopefully the following Friday, and then get into the final 4, hopefully the following Friday. That's because I want to kind of speed this up so it doesn't drag out real long. But yeah, bracket 5 is a stacked bracket. Bracket 4 is also a good one, but bracket 5, that's kind of the winner's circle, honestly.
Yeah, I told Chris I'm going to bring a bottle of driftless rye for him too.
Cool.
Yeah,
for
man.
tax, so.
That bottle is so damn good. Yeah. Like even regardless of how it may finish in the blinds, I feel like, as I've stated a couple times tonight, like it's not really fair to that bottle because literally. So, John, I mean, you know roughly when you sent this to me. I mean, it's months and months ago, and I went through the first 3/4 of it pretty fast, and that's all that's left. And I'm kind of just saving that because it is the last of it. And there's like an inch in there, and it's been like that for.
I've given a couple away, but I originally had a case of that, so I've got to pick up. And my buddies, there's actually they didn't sell all of that pick, so there's cases at the store and there are cases at the distillery at Driftless.
Yeah.
So I really don't want to tell you what I paid for that.
I got you.
Because I get it at store cost.
50. Yeah.
Very nice.
45 for that.
45. There you go.
That is a steal, man.
For that rye, yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ryes of all time. It's got to be easily top 5. That's a great bottle.
Yep. So I can get you plenty of that. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I find some money here soon so I can buy more than just the 2 that I might need for the Patreon winner and then also myself. Because I'd like to have.
Yeah, if I come down to Kentucky, there'll be quite a few different Wisconsin bottles coming with.
Cool, man.
So.
Is there a bottle share happening down there too, or?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And this is funny because this is kind of for this distillery. This is kind of a redemption bottle because the first bottle I got from them was their Source 1776 rye, and it was one of the worst bottles I bought. It was just it was undrinkable. I drank it. It was terrible.
Is that still Indiana, Jim?
No, this is their own distillate, and this is some of the best rye I've had.
This is a 5-year. We did a barrel pick last year, and the more this sample gets down, the better it gets.
Yeah, this is
5-year Bardstown now. It's not MVP anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is their own.
Getting better.
This is their own distillate. It says on it, distilled and bottled at the Historic Pepper Distillery in Kentucky, and it doesn't have the same profile as the old Overholt 114, but this is just as good. It's got this really it's the only rye I've had that really feels like it's a burr rye. Even if it's not, it's got that bourbon cherry note mixed in there with the rye. It is just incredible.
Really. Yeah, Lil, the Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye is literally still the best rye I've ever had.
So Bill Scott mentioning the 10-year Michter's. Yeah, I imagine that's very good. Never had it, but I'm sure it's fantastic.
$45.
$45 for the old pepper.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I mean, those were around for a while. They were 4-year MVP picks, and they were really good.
Hey, Will, that sounds fantastic, man. I feel like I'm going to drive to your house tomorrow.
Hey, Sean, I gotta head on out. But
all right, brother.
Depending on how long you go, I might be able to jump on again. But yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Shred.
Either way, good to see you, brother.
Yeah,
have a good one.
To you guys.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. Sherry is good liquor.
I have 2 pieces of steelhead trout that I put some salt and brown sugar on that are in the fridge right now. Those are hitting the smoker tomorrow afternoon.
Yep, Sean, I'm gonna jump over, give Scott some love on fifth quarter tailgate there.
Oh, is he around? Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna do that.
Cheers, Brian. Yep. Good to see you, man.
See you guys.
Johnny, talking about going just for Saturday? Are you gonna go on Friday, stay the night to the thing? Or?
I gotta talk to my new employer, but
oh yeah, well,
I would like, since it's a 9.5-hour drive, I would like to come down on Thursday.
The day ahead. Oh, yeah.
Come on Thursday, and then I can spend Friday and Saturday, and then come back on Sunday. So I can hang out and get to meet people.
The actual thing is Saturday.
There's only a couple people from Whiskey Tube I've met so far.
Yeah. Saturday is the actual event, though, right? The 7th of October.
That's what we were talking about. I was trying to find which hotel I should pick.
Yeah. And my wife's birthday is the next week, so I'm like, can I go there and then we'll go somewhere else? Maybe hit a cruise afterwards or something from down there and fly away. Yeah, it's a whole thing logistically.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, James, I'm hopeful that Diageo does not screw with Balcones and just lets them keep doing their thing. Mm-hmm. When I heard about that purchase, I was not super thrilled because I really, I know not everybody does, but I really love a lot of the Balcones stuff. So I hope that they don't make it more like mass market friendly, I guess.
But I'm drinking right now, the cast strength rye pick.
Heck yeah. So hopefully Diageo leaves Balcones alone.
This is a local, pickup here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to give it
one that was a true blue cast strength pick, and that literally was blue corn pancakes. That was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate, William Hall? That seems awfully close from where you just said. That's great.
Okay, since we're talking about Balcones, and I know Mark probably hasn't had this yet. So. Since it's handy here.
No, I haven't.
Hell,
you see, talking about Pete again.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jim, I gotta send you this.
Let me show you that bottle though.
Balcones, Texas.
I'm not a fan of Pete that I know of.
Oh my god!
I guess I could say I never really had any.
I'm trying to imagine
peated whiskey.
Pete, and all he had is my brain exploded across the room.
So once this becomes my whiskey of the year, which it probably will,
Yes.
we're going to have John and Mark back on Great Shot, and we're all going to pour together because, man, I love this bottle.
It was barbecue smoke to start with, but the farther I get down, it's more Isla now.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I'm not mad at
what that means.
that.
But I mean, I love the regular single malt, the standard.
Yeah. Balcones single malt and the rye are my two favorite things.
I mean, like we were talking about on a Facebook group, like the pot still bourbon and everything. I'm like, no, the cast strength rye and the cast strength single malt. That's where you need to go.
So last night was sample night, and you guys are talking about peat. So I guess I'm going to pour this one out. I looked at last night all night. So Woodinville.
Okay. Yeah.
Sweet peat.
Let's do it, Mark.
Smoked.
I was a little slow on the solo, but yeah.
Troy Man sent me some Woodinville samples, and this was in there. So
cool, man.
We'll see.
I know. Mark Greatshot has been talking about this. Apparently, there's supposed to be another peated Balcones.
It's still just got that Woodinville, that weird.
There you
weird
go.
Woodinville thing.
Will's going to send you a message there, John. I guess you saw that.
Yep, I'm in the Facebook group. Well, so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Great Shot saying there's supposed to be another release of the peated Balcones coming. I cannot wait.
I really hope so. I hope that I'd love to see an older age statement. I'm curious what that would be like.
Yeah, Jim, this is coming to you in your box. So. This is literally, it's an insane pour.
And absolutely, Bill
We'll
Scott.
talk,
Yeah.
John.
What's that, Jim?
Say, John, we'll talk.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Dude, I'll just throw bottles in the box. Don't worry about it.
I gave you 6 samples. I didn't want to be a greedy dick. You know?
No, when I send, I'll just send whatever. So don't worry about it.
Oh,
I washed a bunch of sample bottles. I think the last 2 days I've washed like almost 32-ounce sample bottles. So, hey, Mark, I'd probably take a case of that stuff. Don't worry about it.
There you go. Thank you, Lou, for throwing up the Patreon there again, man. Much appreciated. Yeah. If anyone is not a patron, you want to join, free samples every month is a possibility. Also, other things that are on Patreon. And
instead of Mark isn't going to buy a case, we need to fly down to Austin, Sean, and eat a bunch of brisket.
I'm not opposed to that. That sounds, I'm totally down for that.
Give me some brisket, some big dinosaur ribs, and some peanut Balcones. I'm good to go.
I honestly, because there's really good brisket around here, but one thing there's not around here is the giant ass beef ribs.
I finally got started getting those at Costco now. They come in a 3-bone rack.
Yeah. I love those things. Like, a lot of people don't like beef ribs because they don't think they're tender enough.
So you might 8 hours for those, man.
Yeah, but,
you smoke those things for eight good hours, man. They're so good.
I love beef ribs. They're so good.
I'm not sure what the peat's supposed to be like, but this Woodinville peat doesn't taste like dirt or manure or whatever.
So are you enjoying it then, Mark?
I mean, it's not that Woodinville weird doughy thing I had on all the other Woodinville samples he sent me, but
okay.
I don't.
What's the proof on?
100. It's 100 proof, but
okay.
I don't know.
I've never cared for anything Woodinville unless it was cast strength.
Follows a bunch of rot. Yeah, The cast strength bourbon pick that he sent from Baller was pretty good. The bourbon that was cast strength bourbon that wasn't the pick was. They all had that weird doughiness.
The regular and the 90 proof, I just don't. That's not my.
I never had it. I never had any of that.
Well, I know I'm a little late, but Will, if you're still here, good night, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Good night, William Hall.
Yep, good night, William.
Yeah, they have a great track. Yeah, not so much with Diageo.
I got to see Man About a Horse.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure, Mark. Balcones is not for the communists. Great American. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. trying Sazerac Rye for the first time. What's your thoughts? I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Richard, but if you're talking about baby Saz, just the standard Saz Rye, I'm not a huge fan. I think it's kind of a forgettable rye. Like in the budget category, I think there's at least a dozen ryes that are better than that for about the same price.
You've had one that's just been hanging out, the 101, just
like if you want a really killer budget rye like this guy right here, I'll solo myself for a second.
Yep.
And this is the new bottle, but still doesn't matter. This is a great bottle. So this bottle or the Old Forester 100 proof rye, both of those killer ryes for about $20 to $25.
Yeah.
I don't. Since those exist, I don't see any reason to buy baby Saz.
I mean, buy the Old Forester for 100. I mean, 100 proof. I mean, the Woodford's only 90 proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Old Forester is better, honestly. Like clearly. Yeah, I mean, like if you want something really light, if that's what you're in the mood for, something really light, then the baby Saz is fine. It doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, you didn't have it in your bracket, but I mean, if you want budget rye, about Rittenhouse.
So it was in the budget bracket. Granted, that was year and a half ago. I think it placed third. I think it was right behind the Old Forester. So I believe the order was 101, Old Forester 100, and then Rittenhouse. I think that was the order.
Three still good budget ryes to have though on the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rittenhouse is another just absolutely killer bottle for the price.
What's the one you didn't have in there? Rossville Union, I didn't see.
No, I did not have that. No, because I don't know if I've ever seen that around here.
Okay. I mean, that's the standard MGP, but.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that would do a lot for me then.
It's the standard. It's 110 proof MGP rye.
95.5, I assume.
Yeah.
I had two or three other 95.5s in there. So I had the Dickel, which is 95.5, and then I had the double rye from High West.
The Remus is the normal bourbon. The Rossville Union's their normal rye release now.
Yeah.
But they've got that. I can't wait to try it. The 49% rye mash bill bourbon, the Remus.
Yeah. I just I haven't had a 95.5 that really wowed me yet. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just haven't had one yet. They always come off as lighter than I want whiskey to be.
Okay.
So like I like, and we've had this conversation many times before, but like if I'm drinking whiskey, I kind of want it to kick my ass a little bit. Like I want it to kind of punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be bold, and it's just as soon as you take that first sip, it's just kind of like an explosion of flavors in your mouth. That's what she said.
Exactly. Yes.
Nonetheless, but that's what I want from whiskey. That's why I got into it. I want that punch of flavor. And like for me, 95.5 rye just doesn't really do that. Like it's okay, but it always comes across kind of light. It's like the Bud Light of rye whiskeys. So, and so if you're into that, whatever. It's.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go drain my lizard. So
okay.
I'm just gonna be upfront about it.
For sure. Yes, the meetup is in October. I'm not sober enough to give. There you go. Lil already ahead of me. October 6th. Fantastic.
It's actually the 7th. The 6th is Friday. 7th is Saturday.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
the event is actually Saturday.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but probably not.
Yeah,
it's happened once or twice before.
I had back from New Zealand.
Yeah, but so for anyone that is curious,
they are probably doing stuff on the 6th because they got a whole thing going on.
Yeah, so Lil might actually I feel like that's not this. That's a different weekend. So the tailgate is the weekend before, which is
I'll just
September. That's September like 30th, something like. No, I mean you're right though, Mark. So So
Bourbon on the Banks is October 7th.
Yeah. So, but for anyone that's interested, just type in Bourbon on the Banks into Google and it'll come up. So if you're interested, there's still tickets available. Definitely recommend checking it out. If you're anywhere near Kentucky, come hang out because there's going to be a great crowd. Like we're going to have
I saw the $65 for general admission. That's a good deal.
Yeah, and you get lots of tastings and stuff for that. So yeah, it's plus you get to hang out with literally most of the people we hang out with here on Whiskey Tube will be there. Like there's going to be a ton of Whiskey Tube folks there, so it's going to be a blast.
Well, that'd be awesome just to tie in and meet the Australians too. So.
Heck yes. Jim, you have something to show off, it seems like.
This is probably going to be my last 4. I don't think I have much to go down after it. And this is
just a 4.
Number 4.
It's a sample from JD Bourbon Approach. And if I have the right sample bottle and the right list, this is a cast strength Woody Creek Rye.
Okay. Cool, man.
Woody Creek is, I think, out of Colorado.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Also, cheers to Faz. What's up, man?
Cheers, Faz.
Halftime for rugby. Australia are paying us back for the kicking we gave them. There you go. Who's playing so early? Let's see here. Come down, Lou. If you have Sean's email, send him a message and we can get you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Lou, if you're interested, man, just let me know. And we'll make sure it happens. That'd be cool if you could hang out, man. Let's see here. We're at Costco. LO didn't realize it wasn't early. Oh, we're talking rugby still. Okay.
Rugby.
Cheers, Sean. Finish my Yingling. I'm gonna head out and probably go over to see what Scott's up to.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably head over to Scott for a little while too before I crash here.
Yeah, we'll probably close down here in the next few minutes anyway. So, but thank you, fellas, for hanging out. Appreciate you, Mark.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, good times. You also headed out then, John?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cheers, buddy. Have a good weekend if we don't see you before then. So
see you sometime this weekend. So
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I will be on stream most all weekend. So
yeah, I'll probably be on Ben's tomorrow night, I imagine. So.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he's not streaming.
We were actually talking about that when you were checking your plumbing, and I think he's going to try and go live. If he doesn't, I might.
Okay. Well, then either way, we'll be hanging out with somebody. So yeah.
Then
let me just run through there. I don't want to not get the comments. So let me run through a little bit of chat, and then we'll probably close down. So, trying a hand barrel cast strength tonight. Funky looking bottle. Okay, I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Hand barrel cast strength. The consultant also, cheers, consultant. I believe this is your first time here, but welcome. Also, games by JDC. Nice. I have not seen the Wild Turkey Rye in stores. Okay. Where are you at? Games by JDK. Because it's pretty available around here. Granted, I'm in Kentucky, so that's not like a good marker to go by. But anyway, yeah, I drink the 101 mostly and the Bullet Rye. Oh, yeah, so Bullet's also a 95.5. That's another one that was in our budget bracket. Yeah, but 101, that's my guy. That's my budget bottle. Yeah, Knob Creek Rye. If you're talking about just the standard shelfer, the 100 proofer, I think that finished 5th in my budget bracket. I feel like always a good bottle. Always recommend it, especially if you're a fan of just the beam profile. Yeah, there you go. There's the 115 that we had in our flight tonight.
It's not one of my favorites, but it's fine for what it is.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I think it finished 5th or something like that in my budget bracket. It's a good one. I think, again, like we talked about tonight, I think there's a few bottles ahead of it. Wild Turkey 101, Old Forester 100, and then Rittenhouse is certainly the 3 I'd put ahead of it.
Really? I'll have to get a bottle. I've never had Rittenhouse. I'll have to get a bottle of that.
You know what? Actually, it might be a Kentucky exclusive now. I don't know. I know Heaven Hill changed a lot of their distribution with things.
I think I can still find it up here. If I can, I'll grab a bottle of it.
Yeah, I'd have to double check on that. I know that recently Heaven Hill changed distribution on a few of their budget bottles, and so I feel like that might be one of those that is now Kentucky only. But Maybe I'm wrong on that. So he'd go rabbit hole. Okay. There you go. Yeah, and there you go. Cheers all from Games by JDK. Now, games, are you like, what type of games are we talking about? Are we talking video games? Or are you like other kind of games? I don't know. Oh, so you're southeast. Oh, you're near Corbin. Okay. You're not that far from me at all. Really? And you're not seeing it. That's interesting. Man, you're not seeing any of the turkey ryes. That's really weird to me. I see them all the time.
Weird. I would think Kentucky you would at least see the 101 and maybe the rare breed.
Yeah, I would say the
81 is hit or miss.
The 81 is hard to find. But the 101 is everywhere. Rare breeds everywhere. The Russells, both the 6-year and the single barrel, are everywhere I ever go.
I have the weirdest relationship with turkey rye. I love the 81. 101 is okay. I'm not a huge fan of the rare breed, and I don't like the Russell's single barrel rye at all.
Jim, you're hurting my heart, but that's okay. I love you anyway. Honestly, I will say I do prefer the rare breed to the Russells. I'll give you that. So I don't think the Russells is worth the extra money. Because around here they're more. They're $5 to $10 more. And that's saying something because rare breed's already getting stupid high. The rye. The 6-year. The 6-year Russells, I think, is just a waste of money. I don't think it's good at all because it's like 90 proof, and it's just
that's the one that I have, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, I like the single barrel Russells.
I haven't had that one, honestly. The single barrel.
I just don't think it's as good as the rare breed, and since the rare breed's cheaper, I just don't see any reason to buy it again.
Good to know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good. The rare breed has. Well, am I misstating that? Yeah, the rare breed has 2 proof points on it, which is not much, but it is something. And it's just, I think it's just it's more of what I like profile wise. So, it's much closer to the 101 profile, just amped up to like 11. So if you like that profile, which I do, it's more similar to that. Whereas, even when comparing the bourbons, like Russell's is not the same as rare breed bourbon. They're very different profiles, even though they're both turkey. And I've always preferred the rare breed bourbon as well. It's just more darker notes. And now there are some hitter Russells out there for sure, but
for sure.
Like when you're just averaging them out, generally I prefer the rare breed. So.
What we got?
You have to find the 101 in Virginia. Okay. Interesting. So I guess there are parts of Kentucky that are not getting rare breed 101. That's not a thing, what I just said. Wild Turkey 101 rye. Sorry, folks. Whiskey's starting to work pretty well at this point in the night. Faz is multitasking. Turkey Tree is fairly well. Yeah, I mean, because you guys kind of helped support the damn thing for a while there, but not well enough to ship us the rare breed rye. Fair enough. Man, I gotta say, go ahead, Jim.
So as far as whistle pig goes, the 10-year-old, if you get the 10-year-old for like 70 to 75, that's fine. The rest of their lineup, and I've only had a couple of store picks otherwise, but as far as I can tell, the rest of their lineup is overpriced for what it is. I'm sure it's not bad rye, but for the most part, whistle pig is not worth what they ask for it.
That's exactly my thoughts, Jim. I have never had a whistle pig that I drank it and thought this is worth the price they're charging. And that's my biggest issue. I don't think they make bad rye. It's just, so this is the way my brain always works. I always think, what could I have instead? And so when I think about price points and I think about what's available in those price points, Whistle Pig is never the best in their price point ever. It's usually not even the top 5. So I always think, well, okay, so this is $70 and it's good, but I could have this, and this. So if you already have all those thises, the other 5 thises, then and you want a 6th thing, then sure. It's just that for me, it's never top 5 in whatever price point it's in. So I just never really bother. It's been a long time since I've owned one because I just don't think they're worth the price point.
And I'm weird that I'm biased. I have a soft spot for the 10-year-old, but the rest of the lineup, especially the stuff they're releasing from their own distillate now, the piggyback. Ugh. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Piggyback is not good.
Yeah, I would agree with Jim. I think the 10-year is probably, as far as bang for your buck, that's probably the best value. But it's still like, it's, you know, because that's 70 to 80 around here. And I mean, basically everything that was on the table tonight, I'd probably take over it. So
That being said, I've had a sample of a couple of absolutely killer Whistle Pig picks, but they're still expensive.
Yeah, I've never had a pick. I've just had the standard shelfer of all of them. You know, the piggyback and all. I've never had a pick of any of the Whistle Pigs, but yeah, I never feel like I'm getting my money's worth when I get a Whistle Pig.
I mean, I've seen the 10-year-old for as much as $80 to $85, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like Whistle Pig has kind of priced themselves out of the market because I don't know if they just don't know what their competition is, but it's just, yeah, they're not, and I can't imagine they really have that much cost on the back end for them. I mean, maybe so, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like a good value. That's kind of where I'm at on most Whistle Pigs. So, yeah.
Unit by JDK, yeah. The only time bottled and bond, that is a solid budget bourbon. I wish I could get it up here regularly, but they don't distribute it up here. I can get the regular early times, which is hot trash. But yeah, the bottled and bond is a solid budget bottle.
Yeah, that was before Sazerac bought them out, which is now, you know, 1792 does all the bottling and stuff. That was my daily. And I think it's still a solid bottle. I mean, especially since it's a liter and they're like 25 to 30. Yeah, that's and as far as I know, they're still using Brown-Forman distillate. I can't imagine they ran out of that, but maybe so at this point. I don't know. I don't know where they're at. But I mean, the Brown-Forman distillate is still killer stuff. They had some issues blending it there for a while, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a good bottle. Yeah. If I could, I would mail you a bottle. I grab it all the time for 20. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a bottle that someone else sent me. Like I said, it's not distributed up here. We get the regular early times for some godforsaken reason.
Yeah, we get the cheaper Rabbit Hole and the Michter's good rye hits. Yeah. Michter's is a great rye. It didn't do well in the blind, but I think there's some astringent notes in Michter's that don't do well in a blind, but like on its own, you don't notice those nearly as much. And so, yeah, I think Michter's it's a solid rye. And it's still here in Austin. Oh yeah, the early times, yeah. I mean, I see them all the time here in Kentucky. They're all over the place. The new aluminum tops, the old plastic top no notches, they're pretty much gone. But but the new aluminum tops, they're everywhere. Well, folks, I'm going to finish this whiskey right here. I'm going to say cheers to Jim, and I'm going to bid you all a good night.
Yeah, it's about time for the mailman to go to bed anyway.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Great shot. Thank you for this bottle again, man. That stuff is killer. If you know somebody in Texas that can get their hands on this and get one to you, this Still Austin cast strength rye is fantastic, in my opinion. Again, for those of you that came in late, these were our winners tonight. Rare Breed Rye finishing second, so it's moving on still. And then I kind of called it. I kind of knew it would. The Silver Springs, one of our cheapest bottles in all the brackets. This bottle moving on as well, taking first place tonight. So those two moving on for all you Patreons out there keeping track. Hopefully you guys got your votes right and all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I feel like we had a good show, a lot of good times. Everybody's saying cheers. Night all. Peace out to chat. Great shot there. The man providing the bottle. Faz throwing up the glass there. Man, this has been a great show. I need to join the video chat. Heck yeah, man. Everybody is welcome. As long as you don't start flashing private parts, you're always welcome. Sean, it's definitely not too bad for 65. Heck yeah. Cheers and good night, y'all. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody that hung out with us tonight. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you all, you Patreons, for supporting this channel. And you all have a great weekend. If we don't see you before then, have a good night, everybody.